Anthony are no strangers to scandal. Opie and Anthony on satellite radio.
Apparently, Opie and Anthony are dicks.
Oh, here they go again.
It's a fun, dopey radio show. Not just any radio show. A radio show that inspires beyond your wildest dreams.
The show was a lot funnier on NEW.
The show's hosts, Anthony Cumia and Greg Opie Hughes.
Controversial team.
6 years without getting fired, a new record for us.
It's just astounding to me. I didn't want to say it's racist, but goddamn.
This show will rock as best as we could possibly do this radio show.
I'm going to go home and whack to a tranny later. There you go, all right?
God, we just lost our demo, man. What's wrong with you?
Is this the last straw for the raunchy radio duo?
The Opie and Anthony Show, the most popular show in the history of satellite radio.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
That's a hell of a build-up for this horse shit.
Certainly is.
Morning, welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show, the Monday edition.
Monday.
The day after football.
Yeah.
Is that what happened yesterday?
Well, I had a christening, so I didn't get to watch football.
This is apparently when everyone does their quarterbacking. It's Monday morning. They do their quarterbacking. As opposed to the armchair ones.
What? Yep.
Armchair quarterbacking. This is the Monday morning quarterbacking.
Well, we talked to the world, but there's only 3 games to acknowledge.
Yeah.
No, I'll acknowledge 4 football games that happened yesterday.
4.
We started with my Jets.
Yeah, my Jets too.
Yeah,
How'd our Jets do?
Correctamundo.
Blue Jet Green.
I was in Philly at a christening in the middle of nowhere. Couldn't even really get a cell signal, so I relied on Twitter. Wow. People were giving me, I go, just fucking give me play-by-play on Twitter. And people went with it. I'm like, thank you.
Play-by-play.
Every fucking play, I got it on my BlackBerry. People rule. And the Jets sucked for 55 minutes and then ended up beating the Lions.
What was this? They came back, I heard 10 points the last 3 minutes?
Something like that, yeah. They won in overtime 23-20, making everyone in Detroit very, very depressed.
Well,
Travis saying...
Detroit, they're depressed anyway.
True. They wanted to beat the Jets, but
Yeah.
Travis saying the Lions aren't that bad. Not as bad as their record is saying. So I don't know.
2-6?
2-6, yeah. The Jets are 6-2.
I wonder what it's like to win 2 games.
And then
Yeah.
the other game, the other game I want to acknowledge is the Vikings, believe it or not, and Brett Favre.
How's Brett Favre?
He fucking threw for a career high yesterday.
After getting his face split open last week.
After
and his broken ankle or whatever the fuck.
Cock pictures,
Cockpit.
broken
Yeah.
jaw, whatever the fuck, fractured ankle. This guy is, you got to give him his due.
Wow.
How many
He's-
yards?
He's beat up, and he threw for 446 yards yesterday.
Wow. How many
Holy
touchdowns?
shit.
And I don't know, to be honest with you, but come from behind victory for the Vikings over the Cardinals. They were down by, I forgot, I think 2 touchdowns with 4.5 minutes to go, something like that. Came back and then won in overtime with a career high by Brett Favre.
What are they, 3-4 or something like that?
Their season was on the brink, as they say.
Yeah, against Dallas, one of them was going to go 1-4 or something, or one of them was going to have an awful record, and of course it was the Cowboys.
Yeah, the Vikings needed to win, and their season is still alive.
His awful bent dick and his short little head. I hate his short head.
His short head. Oh, God. It does. It looks like an
what's-
old World War I helmet.
It's terrible.
What's wrong with his? Yeah, what's wrong
Dick
with
is
that?
weird
It's
looking.
like the Doughboys are getting off the boat, ready to fight the Huns.
What's their record, Travis?
It's like an old school Asian hat.
Yeah, or an old Heine hat.
His cock is working on the railroad.
Right. Why is it so how do you explain it? It's supposed to be the head of the thing is supposed to be a little fucking
I know.
thicker and
I hate
more,
sucking one
more
like
impressive.
that.
What is wrong
It's
with
a terrible penis.
Just chit-chatting about Brett Favre's cock.
Imagine if that was the whole 4-hour show. What an improvement that would be over normal.
Does his cock work down at the docks or something?
It really is a Mugsy-looking cock.
There you go.
Lee J. Cobb.
Yes, Travis. So the Lions are better than their record, and what are they now?
They're 2-6 now.
But they're losing a lot of close games.
Yeah, they almost beat the Packers. They almost beat the Eagles.
Right.
They're,
All right.
And the Vikings are 3-5.
3-5.
And they were down what?
Go
2
Pack,
touchdowns
go.
with 4.5 minutes to go or something like that?
I'm watching the game, and you really start to get upset when you see Brett Favre just continuously doing it again,
drilling passes at people.
Yeah, just making those passes because the entire game, it's just here's an interception, here's a bad thing, and then in the fourth quarter, 10 minutes to go, he just pulls it all together.
Were they playing a prevent defense? That drives me nuts when the fucking team.
You don't like the prevent defense.
I fucking hate it. All it does is invite big fucking games. All it does, it's good. Give John Elway 8 minutes or fucking Marino, or it's the worst thing coaches can do.
Do you think that's what Dallas started the game doing?
Dallas fucking in preseason said only prevent defense, and if somebody wants to run, don't tackle them. Just hope they trip. And whenever we do something good, throw a rock at the referee so they can fucking call it back. Wade Phillips should be fucking executed.
Well, slow down. That might be one of my picks.
What?
I'm only talking about 4 games. Slow down.
There was no game last night. There was football, and then there was the Sunday Night Rape, which they show once a week, where guys in green hats rape guys with stars on their fucking hats.
You're going right to my headliner here. I'm only talking about 4 games.
You going to talk about that game?
I don't know yet.
I don't know what to talk about.
You're annoyed by your Cowboys? That is one of the other games I did want to discuss. They're 1-7 now, Jimmy. They lost 45-7.
That is
a
Packers. Humiliating thing for the Packers that they gave up a touchdown to that fucking terrible team. They're horrid.
I didn't get to watch any of these.
I just love the Stars.
Fuck. You like the Stars?
That's good though. Jerry Jones gives them $1 billion stadium and they're 1-7. Those faggots.
Isn't that amazing?
So distracted by the beautiful stadium.
Hey, they're all watching TV.
They're looking around, watching the big TV.
Look how big my cock looks on the monitor.
Watching Three's Company reruns instead of fucking.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a Three's Company happening on that screen somewhere.
As there should be.
And then I guess we have to acknowledge that the Bills are 0-8.
Wow.
They are the team that might not win a game this year. They're halfway there. 0-8, but getting closer.
That's when you really don't want them to win. You want the no-win season.
Well, they play the Lions next week, so maybe they can beat the Lions.
That could. Yeah, but the Lions are now pissed off, so I guarantee
the Lions.
I guarantee a Lions victory this coming.
They got the Lions back. Yeah,
Sunday. And then, all right, I'll acknowledge one more game. The Browns fucking shocked the Patriots yesterday. That was not supposed to happen.
A shocker.
It was a shocker. They won 34-14. And that's it for your football roundup. Eagles, whatever. Yeah, a lot of people beating me up like, who's the asshole that would schedule a christening when the Jets are playing? And I had to explain, I'm in another city.
Oh, they
like,
don't care
my
about the
family
Jets,
would
right.
never schedule. Although, wait a minute, there was a christening during the fucking Jets playoff game last year, thanks to my brother. I forgot about that.
It's conspiracy. I see something happening here. I see a conspiracy.
I forgot about that. My brother blew it last year. Jets were in the playoffs, and we had a christening. But no, they scheduled it around the Eagles game because I was in Philly. So they get the christening out of the way, and they all go home to watch the Eagles while I'm sitting there going, well, my game's on right now.
I'm missing it.
Fuck!
I'm missing it.
Let's say hi to Rob in Cleveland.
Hey there, Rob.
Good win for your Browns, brother.
Yes, it was. Very excited over that.
All right.
Changing gears on you real quick, Hope. I had a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a young dad. I got a 14-year-old daughter. I'm in my 30s.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, you guys saw
more about the family history.
Did you have her young? I guess you had the kid young?
Yeah, okay, I'm an asshole. I get it. Yeah, very young.
Okay.
Oh, you saw Jackass 3D, right?
Yeah.
Okay, now my 14-year-old daughter wants to go see this movie badly. Am I a dickhead for not letting her go?
Wow, why are you asking me this?
I'll take her.
She's smoking.
It's
pretty hot, Aunt.
Oh, Jesus.
His daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Leave your information with Travis. All kidding aside.
We're gonna trace this call for everybody.
Cleveland.
Why am I becoming the expert on this shit? My kid's only 6 months old.
What do you think?
I think
I'm a douchebag.
No,
I gotta make.
I think if you listen to the show, I think you're supposed to do what's called parenting. So if you think your kid could fucking handle Jackass 3D, then you let him go see it.
There's cock in the movie, by the way.
They can handle
There's cock.
In the movie.
She's gonna see cock.
I think you should show your little daughter cock as soon as possible,
so she's not frightened.
And then she doesn't know what she's missing.
I should go show it to her right away.
Yeah, there's not that curiosity. Hey, what does the cock look like?
That's why I think you should show your kid everything, fucking R-rated movies and everything, if they can handle it, and explain it to them. Don't hold this. Don't hold any of this from them.
You're right. You'll see it on Twitter. I'll let you know how it goes.
14-year-old watching Jackass? That's an easy question. Let her fucking go.
Yeah.
She probably sees worse in junior high.
You hope not. I don't want to. You hope not.
All right.
I remember taking a 14-year-old girl to see Friday the 13th when it first came out many, many, many years ago.
Sure, you remember taking one to see Avatar too.
And if this gentleman's still listening, we sat in the back row and watched Friday the 13th, and we watched the entire movie with each other's hands down each other's pants, the front of each other's pants.
Ooh.
Oh, it was a mess.
Well, you were very scared.
Yeah, it was frightening.
You needed comfort.
Like sometimes, a girl will grab your arm and be like, "Ooh, I'm scared." She just wanted to do that with my cock and balls.
So what happened every time Mrs. Voorhees popped up? She would just tug your wiener a little. She was scared.
Tug my wiener, and I would dip in a little deeper. I'd go another knuckle.
She would fucking grab your greasy, nervous Italian dick, fucking all coated in hair at your age. But Ann had fucking curly pubes up to the helmet.
Oh my God!
Sweating with an afro,
all the way up the shaft.
Fucking model glue in his pocket.
Oh Jesus!
Piece of shit.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Model glue.
Sniffing it like fucking Fruit Stew poppers.
Did you grab her sweater meat during the movie?
Nah, I wasn't going up top. I was staying down bottom. I figured if I had gotten down bottom, why go back a base?
Fuck yeah, man.
If you're
Oh,
in third,
yeah.
no one goes from third to second.
Yeah.
Oh, I always went back to the boobies.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
At that age,
Especially
I wasn't
at that
moving my
age.
hand. I'm just like, I'm diddling, going like, this is I'm in paradise right now. Why go back?
Then you take your fucking slick fingers and you rub them under her nose. And
Rub it under my nose.
No, under hers, just to show her what you've been dealing with. Give her a shit mustache.
You're getting it at 14. It just smells like bubble gum and cotton candy.
Oh, I never.
It
No,
smells like a carnival. It smells like when you walk through Disney and it's those nuts with the cinnamon and sugar on them.
You would know better, but I would have to strongly disagree because I think at that age they didn't really know how to take care of themselves yet, so there was kind of a funky thing going on.
Never.
And then they went into their prime where they took care of the area, and then they got old, and then it went back to kind of being a little.
I
rancid.
probably had four virgins in my career, and each one was fresh as a daisy. A daisy. No one else's filthy cock in there stinking it up.
That's wonderful. Man. Let's go to Dave in Canada. Dave, we're talking football. Why are you calling with what you want to talk about?
Oh, sure, man.
How about you turn down your fucking radio?
My God.
Sorry, son of a bitch. I fucking didn't realize. I honestly didn't realize it was still on. No, I was just wondering why. You still there or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, just because out of curiosity we're still here.
Yeah.
We should have hung up on you, but go ahead. We'll give you a second shot.
You're what?
Yeah, exactly.
I had a third shot.
I want to love Canada so bad.
Oh,
it's always someone in
Canada.
Canada.
Well, hold on, man.
All right, go ahead.
We're holding on, man.
I'm asking. You're talking about football. You didn't hear about that fucking race? What is it, in Sao Paulo, Brazil? Where them people, the fucking drivers, have to dress in, like, plain clothes in order to not get... They got security there. With the fucking cars driving up on them, people with machine guns and shit.
Wow.
Where the real money is, fuck football.
Yeah, this is just like the Jets come from behind victory.
Is this Jesse Ventura?
This guy rules.
No, come on.
Are you talking about Formula One racing?
Yes, I
Who the
am.
fuck talks about Formula One
racing?
SiriusXM has probably 20 sports channels, and I never heard anyone talk about Formula One racing.
People might even talk about NASCAR, but they ain't going to talk Formula One.
In Canada, they like it.
Wait, Canada loves Formula One?
They got a track up in Montreal.
Do they?
Yeah.
Well, they got to fucking get the snow off it every time there's a race.
The last Formula One guy I knew of was Emerson Fittipaldi.
What were you saying, sir? Could you
Rick
repeat
Beers.
that?
No. I said I'm listening. That's all I said.
It's just they're the worst people on earth.
They really are.
Who's the chick?
Who's the lady?
Who's the chick?
No, it's Raven. Whatever, man.
Fucking
No, it's
hammered.
seriously.
Who's the chick?
Yeah, who's the
Who's the
girl
lady?
talking?
Well, go ahead, Paul.
It's me, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
What are you two married?
No. Not quite. No thanks.
Why? What's the problem?
What do you mean, what's the fucking problem? I lost all my shit through my ex. I mean, come on. No, that's the problem.
Oh, so you're living with this girl, Shannon?
Of course I am, man.
Do you not want to marry Shannon because her vagina smells like the stump of a homeless person?
It might be that as well, too. The crack pipe gets in the way, too, sometimes.
Yeah. There's the
Hey, dude, look it up. It's in fucking words.
Google it.
We're not Googling Formula One racing.
I don't believe you, sir.
Wow, they have Formula One racing on Sirius XM?
Go look it up.
You're not telling the truth.
There's another channel they could get rid of.
It's a waste of bandwidth.
Why the fuck would they have a Formula One racing channel?
Exactly. Put on something more popular.
It doesn't have quite its own channel.
Really?
There's coverage of Formula One racing on Sirius XM Sports Nation 2.
Oh.
Sports Nation 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that like the Ocho?
Yeah, exactly.
I love the Ocho.
And then I guess there was a New York City Marathon too, but I don't even know why Americans running this thing.
That was I know, right?
It's Ethiopians, Kenyans, and then you throw a couple Moroccans in there, and you got a race.
Moroccans.
Everyone else it's just a waste of time for them.
An American woman finished second.
Did she really?
Yeah.
But was she a fake American woman?
No, she was
fake American.
I've seen the fake American men where also it's like you see, wow, someone from the USA, and then you get a picture of them, and they just moved from Ethiopia or something. Yeah, exactly.
No, she was American.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Respect for her, I guess.
Portland, I think.
Is that dope still running the marathon with
I
her
looked
crutches?
in the paper for him this morning. I couldn't find him.
Oh god.
No, the chick.
No, I know the one who always finishes last.
Lynn Kaplowski or something like that.
God, her.
Where she finishes last every year, and then the media's got make believe they've never seen her before.
Like she's courageous.
Right. Every year they make believe, wow, and this courageous woman, and I want to yell at the TV, you know who this woman is.
There
And
she
is.
is.
And you know she's doing this for attention.
Exactly. She's
crossing the finish line.
Clean Shoes McGillicuddy is her name.
I think they should just push everyone off the fucking course that doesn't finish in 6 hours.
Exactly.
Yeah. Go
Enough
home.
already.
Steam shovel.
Right.
Fucking.
I live close to the finish line, so we go every year. And people,
Where's the finish line?
It's right at Tavern on the Green.
Oh,
or the old Tavern on the Green. And
Should be the end of one of the piers.
and if you go there late at night, it's a great show because people are just walking and people are like cheering them on. Anyone can walk a marathon.
Come on.
That's a long way to go, though. 26 miles?
You could walk 26 miles. Trust me, the people that you're...
I had to.
Trust me, the people you see walking, they're pretty much in jeans and they're being shown nothing but respect.
Do they still put the Mylar blanket on him when they cross the finish line walking?
Yeah,
they're not even breaking a sweat. He's in a business suit.
Yeah,
Just going to work.
Walk 26 miles for a chocodile.
Oh,
those
wow.
commercials?
Chocodile.
Hey, how long do you think it would take you to walk a marathon?
Wow.
26 miles at about
12 minutes a mile, probably.
6 miles an hour.
That's walking.
If
No,
you're-
6 miles an hour is... 12 miles an hour is walking.
Yeah, 12
minutes a mile is walking.
12 minutes
Fast.
a mile is a pretty good...
That's brisk.
Yeah, that's a brisk walk.
Fuck that.
Yeah,
Say
that's
15 minutes a mile.
I would say. So that's 5 an hour, right? So then you go another 5. So 5 hours. No, then it's got to be more than... Maybe closer to 15 minutes a mile.
Maybe 12 hours total.
Oh, yeah. I could do it in 12 hours. Walking it. Easy.
That's good exercise.
P. Diddy.
P. Diddy did it in 2003.
2003?
He ran in 4 hours 14. That's not bad.
That's not bad for a
That really is
like
not
non-runner.
bad.
He was training. Diddy runs the city.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
like...
that's right.
I don't like the Diddy, but that's a good time for the New York City Marathon. I used to be a hardcore runner.
Not like Diddy.
And I've never run a marathon. I want to run it one of these years.
My father used to run the New York Marine Corps Marathon. He ran every year.
Really?
Oh, yeah, he's a marathon.
What was his best time, you know?
17 hours, I think. I don't know. I'm going to guess 3 something or 4. I mean, I don't.
3
maybe
or
4.
4
Maybe 4. I could be
hours.
lying. Could be 4:18, 4:50. I don't know.
That's
Your
really
eyes open
good.
like that was impressive. So that might be just me bullshitting.
Could someone find out if there are people still in the course? Because I want to go bother them after the show.
Yeah.
Is there
How
any way to
farts.
find out? or are they finally getting rid of these people and not allowing them to stop traffic a day later for their courageousness? And I put that in quotes. It's not courageous.
I wish Twitchels was here to do courage. Courage.
Oh, God, that face he would make when
You
he
didn't
did
like
that.
when you do the face?
No, I couldn't look.
Courage. It's
the best,
yeah.
best impression we've ever had on this radio show.
You just do, oh my God, stop it.
Best impression we've ever had, I'm telling you.
Oh.
I don't know why you guys are making fun.
Get out of there, you tin can.
Oh, I could see that.
What'd you hit me for? I didn't buy him, but you tried to. I was just kidding.
Dude, you are so fucking gay.
I'm embarrassed by that.
Really?
I can't
It's
look
a great
at
impression.
it.
It really
Oh,
is.
it's fantastic.
You get
isn't
to
it?
hear the courage in that one, but it's terrific shit.
God, the face he would make. He'd get so into it. I just want to punch him.
Everyone did.
Oh.
And the Chilean Miner also ran the New York City Marathon.
Ah, yes.
Tom
There
Papa
he
has
is,
such
there
a.
he is. No, they just showed him with the
really?
Chilean flag behind him.
Tom Papa had such a fucking funny joke about that.
Really?
God damn him.
What did you say?
What did he say?
He said, wouldn't it be funny if the Chilean Meyer was running the marathon and he fell down a manhole? Tom Papa is a funny. That joke was so great, I wanted to smash Tom for writing it.
That's great.
It's a good one.
Wasn't he training 6 miles a day underground?
Was he really?
I thought those guys were suffering down there. Fuck
They
them
were
too.
smelling his fucking his jogging farts,
Chilean jogging
sweaty
farts
balls.
and Sweaty balls.
If you're jogging 6 miles a day underground, you're not suffering.
I hope
Get the
people
fuck
booed him
outta
when he
here.
fucking did for being lazy and hanging out in a month in the ground. Should have been training. That bum.
Yeah, it seems they had a lot of room down there, so they were running. He was running back and forth down the shaft. Ooh.
Dude, do you know how fucking scary that must have been when they didn't know if they were going to be fed? They thought they were just going to suffocate down there and starve to death.
The guy's jogging. Stop.
Once they, but to not know, they said that they didn't know for weeks if they were going to be found. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
To not know if you're going to be found.
2 weeks.
No food, no water.
Yeah.
No hats. I need a baseball hat every once in a while.
It's very important.
Yeah,
the
I could turn it around to my black accent.
Okay. The Chilean Miner was on Letterman.
And what was, in terms of sanitation, what was that like?
Sanitación, como donde, como la hacían.
A mí me costó ir al baño.
You know, it was difficult to go to the bathroom under those circumstances.
That's not what he said.
wait.
Yeah, he said 2 words.
He said 2 things.
He probably said shitting sucked.
Right.
Difficult to go to the bathroom under those circumstances.
No, nothing.
And
Iba y nada.
I tried.
Nada.
I tried, but I just couldn't get sufficiently relaxed.
They're applauding his lack of shitting.
Yes.
I appreciate your candor.
His impacted colon.
I don't think they had to have been shitting down there.
But they weren't eating much, so it probably was hard to.
Little rabbit pellets.
Yeah, those little
Oh,
fucking,
God.
those nervous Chilean shits, like little hard rocks.
And everyone's talking about how he sings like Elvis. Let's see if that's true or not.
Does he?
We're gonna
No,
be a
he
little.
sings Elvis songs.
We're gonna be a harsh critic,
Steve the Miner from Bayshore.
unlike the rest of the media going, "Oh my God, just like Elvis." Shut up.
He's the same toilet trouble, apparently.
People would sing together Elvis Presley songs. You like Elvis Presley? Yes.
Solito.
Yeah.
No, actually, I like to sing by myself.
By yourself? Yeah.
I can walk down. Because I love you too much, baby. Hold on. With me. If you don't believe the word I'm saying. I was listening to this on the way in. We can go out together.
Turd? Turd?
And we can feel like
Turd?
He does these impersonations. I swear, you would think it was the real people.
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
Not even close to sound like Elvis.
Wow.
That's horrible.
A turd?
I was listening to Suspicious Minds on the way in this morning.
That's odd.
That is not as much of a coincidence as I'd like it to be. Hopefully that doesn't mean I'm going to be trapped in a mine. Maybe I'm going to rent Enemy Mine.
Could be worse. Yeah. Ugh.
That would be worse.
Horrible movie.
We're done with him, right? Can he go back to Chile now?
Yeah, is that
Dude,
it?
he could be a star here.
Is the hoopla
I
over?
don't know. There's some kind of a fucking book deal for anybody that wants it. Whichever one of them is the most charismatic has a book deal.
We called it, too. We called it when they were taking those people out of the mine that he was going to be the guy.
Was that the one?
Yeah, because he was
had
the
something
showman.
going on.
He made all kinds of goofy faces, too, when he was on Letterman. He could easily, even though he doesn't speak English, he could have a reality show.
They should put him in The Hangover, too, as a guy just living in the closet or doing something in a small place, as he would do since he was in that place for a long time. Put him in The Hangover, too.
The Hangover, too.
Make him like they walk by the hole or something and there's a man in there, and it's him.
Is this your new...
Just outrageous.
I just think that he'd be marvelous in The Hangover, too.
Is this your new character?
No, I've always been this way.
Does this person have a name?
I don't know.
Oh, please have a name.
I just think he'd be wonderful.
Please have a name. Fucking, that's Hollywood right there.
It sure is. You put him in he's like a very pop culturally popular person.
Yeah.
What's going on with Mel Gibson? Why isn't he in Hangover 2
Oh,
anymore?
I don't know. He was yelling Jew and nigger on the phone. Nobody wants to work with him anymore. I told him, Bubby, stop. Stop saying nigger to your wife. She's going to tape you. And then don't punch the baby in the face. Everybody frowns on that, Mel. I told him that. He wouldn't listen to me. He was going to be in The Hangover, too, but they didn't want him.
The Hangover.
That could be the greatest fucking voice ever.
Oh, God.
That one I like a lot. That one I like a lot. What else is going on in Hollywood? I'm trying to think.
I don't know. I wasn't prepared this morning, Bubby. I just got up late. What do you want me to tell you? I don't know. Hollywood schmollywood. I say that all the time.
Is there any Oscar buzz on any of these films?
Who
that are
knows
out?
from Oscar? I don't know what the buzz is. Oh, there's a new Conan O'Brien program starting, apparently. Maybe they put the minor on that. They have him be the announcer or something. They put him in a big hole. He yells up and echoes. People go crazy for that stuff.
What about 127 hours? That's got Oscar
Oh,
buzz.
God, I don't know what that means, 127 hours. That's how long I feel like this conversation is, Bubby. It's endless. What's happening?
That's the hiker that was trapped and had to fucking saw off his own arm there.
Oh, I don't know
Let's
what.
get a
I think he
little
was
Oscar
just in a
buzz.
big hurry. Oh, here's your saw. What's your hurry? That's what I always say. Why not cut the rock? New Michael Jackson album. It's amazing. He's dead a year and he's doing. He's like the Tupac Shakur guy. Tupac Shakur. What is it with these blacks? They die and they keep putting out records. Oh my God! Irving Berlin died. We haven't heard from him since.
Well, a person that doesn't have a name yet. We have the new Michael Jackson.
Oh, let's hear it.
Oh.
It's called Breaking
What's
News.
it called? Don't bother me, I'm dead, Bubby. That's a good name for the Michael Jackson record.
How could Michael Jackson's song be called Breaking News? He's dead.
It's a commentary on the
Maybe
media.
that was the news.
Brand new Michael Jackson. This is an exclusive. You know, you can find it everywhere today.
Isn't this the way?
It's just news reports.
Beginning of the way. Breaking snooze, if you ask me.
It's endless. How much filler does he have? What is he doing, a radio show? If I dance from this, I'm going to get a heart attack.
They got to put a lot of music in, I guess.
Yeah, there's one line to it.
Are they even using his voice?
Wait, who is that?
There is controversy that it's not really him, but they're insisting that
That's not his voice.
It's not Michael Jackson.
Sounds more like Michael Bolton's song, you know?
Exactly.
You know, boobies.
Exactly.
Sound like Michael Bolton.
That
That's not Michael Jackson.
That's the breaking
There's
news.
no
And he
fucking
doesn't sing
way.
his own name.
No. What is he, a rapper?
Maybe it is. This fucking stinks.
It's horrible.
No, I don't think that's him.
I don't think it's him.
No.
And what?
What the fuck? What are they doing? How badly do they need money? What's the controversy that someone else might be singing this?
Yeah, they're saying when they first put out the preview to this song, they said they didn't think it was him. So then they put out the full song. Katherine Jackson is insisting that it's him.
And he's singing about things that happened after Michael Jackson died.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Wade Phillips shouldn't coach them. Miners in Chile.
This is horrible.
He might have done like a part of the chorus or something.
That's not him.
No. This isn't Michael Jackson.
I'm not sure.
I think they're taking pieces of stuff he did and adding it in with other people singing the fucking other lines. Turd.
This is pathetic. Right?
Stinks.
We're not to listen to the rest of it. That's pathetic. That's
Give
sad.
some propofol to Michael Jackson.
His kids don't think it's him.
Really?
It's not him.
Those little white kids don't belong to Michael Jackson. Those Osmonds do not belong to Michael.
His voice is in there. They got a few
Yeah,
from the
yeah,
archive and just threw it in the
Yeah,
song.
That's
but
what it sounds like.
His father's fist hit the face of Michael Jackson. Lose your medical license over too much propofol to Michael Jackson. Try to say there was cum all over your son's back from Michael Jackson. Right. Fucking terrible.
probably said that one line on an answer machine once, and they said, all right, let's
Yeah,
make
they
a song,
did.
get a few hits, and throw it out
Throw
there.
it in, you're in.
He recorded the album in 2007 in New Jersey.
Oh, shut the
Oh,
fuck
in New
up.
Jersey.
Yes.
Let's see, one of the Sopranos or something, you know? Michael,
see?
yeah, he sings like a soprano. That's probably what happened.
In 2007, there was a desperation as far as Michael Jackson goes, so why didn't he put it out then if he could have made some money off it?
Yeah.
He was always such a
Ah,
perfectionist.
shut up. He's no Tupac after Tupac
Oh, madam.
died. Tupac rules after his
Tits.
death. What?
She's big tits. So what? She knows. I never noticed.
She knows.
Oh, my God.
Oh, she can't say someone's got big tits anymore? So what's the world coming to?
Anymore.
So I can say Stevie's got no eyes. I can't say she's got big tits.
Exactly.
Big, juicy.
Oh, God.
Exactly. He's wondering who's got tits. He doesn't even know a girl's here.
Mongoloid.
Why is he sitting there like that?
What else is he going to do?
Yeah.
Hey, you want a name for that character, Jimmy? This guy's got your name, maybe. Mike in Pennsylvania. Mike?
Morning, boys.
Hey.
Birthday, Jimmy.
No, sure.
Jimmy, I think that the name of Irving Heinschmoyle would fit that character very well.
Irving Heinschmoyle?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think it has to be
I
something
think that's
with booby
Jewish.
in it.
It's not. I don't know what you mean, sir.
Is that person still around? Because we have the weekend box office. I want to see what.
No, probably not. They just people
No.
just pop up when they're
No,
there.
that's
You know
why I
how-
was asking. I don't
Yeah,
know.
you know how it is. I mean,
Megamind was the #1 movie at the box office.
Oh,
Even
yes.
though that movie Four Lions is way better, but I guess Four Lions wasn't in a lot of theaters, huh?
right.
Megamind did $47.7 million.
All you got to do is put out one of those fucking little computer animated things, and you're gold. You're gold.
Then due date. A lot of people saying on the Twitter that it's a movie. It's okay. It's not great. It's not bad. It kind of just sits there. That due date. And then for Colored Girls,
How did Due Date do? How much money?
33.5.
It's good. It's respectable.
How did Colored Girls
For
do?
Colored Girls, 20.1 million.
Big, thick legs. Full lips.
Is that what they say in this movie?
Yeah, in the trailer.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's like some kind of a fucking little thing going
Tyler
on.
Perry
about-
movie?
Yeah, it's another Tyler Perry fortune maker.
Love this guy.
This guy cannot lose.
Doesn't he do it in Atlanta or something? He does whatever. He just fucking does whatever he wants and makes a shitload of money.
For Colored Girls. Yeah.
Here's the trailer.
That's a Lionsgate movie.
Another song with no singers. Lyrics, no voices. Unseen performances.
Janet Jackson's in this.
Ordinary. Brown braided woman with big legs and full lips. Become yourself.
I got a real dead loving here for you now.
I guess this is goodbye.
Like you've never seen it before.
A film by Tyler Perry,
Ever since I
motherfucker.
realized that there was someone called a colored girl or an evil woman or a nag. I've been trying not to be that. My skin is black. Save your sorry.
I can see Ant singing this at karaoke.
You can keep yours. My arms alone.
Being colored is a metaphysical dilemma I haven't conquered yet.
Between two worlds.
Whoopee.
I do belong.
And Felicia Rashad.
My skin is yellow.
That's high yellow.
Oh, we got some Asians.
My back is strong. Strong enough to take the pain. Inflicted again.
Yeah.
And again.
Oh, yeah, baby.
My mouth is like wine.
As a,
Whose little girl?
I will never see this movie.
Doesn't look bad at all, though.
Oh, stop it. It looks
Really?
awful.
I'd see this.
It's getting bad reviews.
It's not
isn't
as
it?
funny as Precious.
I love the fact that Tyler.
You don't know me.
I love the fact that Tyler Perry doesn't stick one token white person in there.
Nah,
Good.
nah,
Good.
It's for colored girls.
That's good.
It's not for cracker guy.
Imagine if a white person made a movie like this, they'd have to throw in the Asian, the fucking.
Of course.
Good for him.
Jeez.
What kind of reviews does the?
Last good,
35%.
last good white
35%.
movie that was made was Birth of a Nation. And there were a couple of blacks in that.
But look at the fucking people who are watching. 82% like it of the fans, right?
Yeah,
Right,
well, that's,
yeah.
you know, look who's, come on.
But most of the critics are probably white.
Right.
What are they saying
Critics
about it?
white, audience black.
But what are the critics saying? I'm surprised the critics trashed a black movie.
Yeah.
What are they saying? Hey, look at these dumb white faces. Fuck these guys.
Wow, there's just nothing but white faces next to
Yeah,
the
exactly.
squished tomato. Give us one.
Everybody in the theater holding a soda, popcorn,
Yeah.
and nachos and Twizzlers.
You're hungry.
Yeah.
Why you
Yes, exactly.
Oh, excuse me.
God damn. Anybody bust any caps into the screen?
I don't think so.
No, at the Magic Johnson movie theaters?
There were no reports of that.
No? Okay.
Yeah, they're not
That's
shooting.
a chick flick.
They're not shooting as much in theaters.
No, that's a
That was a few
chick
years
flick thing.
ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah,
They
more-
kind of calmed down on that. I wonder why.
I've never been to a movie where a gunshot went off. Man.
I guess they
been lucky that
It's
way.
rare.
What movie did it happen in?
I don't know. It doesn't happen terribly often, I don't think.
I think if it was an epidemic, yeah,
I
they'd have
wouldn't
to
say
do
it's
something.
strange that it hasn't
I
happened.
think it was more a joke than anything, you know. From the...
Is this Megamind worth seeing?
No.
No.
Is it a kid movie with the adult thing
Is it
going
cartoons?
on? Or, yeah.
I
Yeah, it's
fucking
a
hate cartoons.
You see Toy Story 3?
No.
Fucking rolling rules.
I
First
never
of all,
saw Toy Story, Toy Story 2, or Toy Story. I wouldn't see them.
Oh.
They're good movies.
Are they?
Very well written. And Toy Story 3 is an action flick. I loved it.
Oh, okay.
Fucking loved it. Roland got me the box set. I don't even know if it's available yet.
How'd Four Lions do? I mean, will that be listed at all?
I don't think so. It's
No.
in very few theaters.
Because, I mean, the fifth place movie was Saw 3D, and that only made 8.2. So that means Four Lions, maybe did a mil.
Well,
a couple mil.
Can
maybe.
we check anywhere? Is it
Only a
listed?
few theaters.
Well, that's
right?
just amazing, because that really is a very good movie.
But you know what? It could get picked. What movie? Isn't it?
Nah, it'll
Sling
never-
Blade was only in a couple theaters.
But it'll
Oh,
never
yeah.
do well mass appeal. Look at this. 81% positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, 82% positive reviews by the viewers, and no one's going to see this movie.
What are some of the bad
That's just how it
reviews?
is in America, unfortunately.
Let's see.
You can't read the reviews because they always have to use ridiculous words. that are either hard to pronounce or you don't know
Let's
the meaning
see.
of.
Real Talk didn't like the jihad of the mind, may be close to plausibility, but protagonists in films self-destruct. In jumpy, unnecessary close-up, the Four Lion Gang merely staggers from one pratfall to another. What a douchebag.
Who is that fuck?
He's a bore. He's a bore.
He has to be different.
That was happening.
Seattle Times.
He has to just be different. Give me another one, Jimmy.
An ambitious, uneven new farce that dares to mock the motives and personalities of four suicide bombers who plan to attack the London Marathon. Well, that's a description. It's ambitious and uneven, and that's why you pan it?
Right.
Ty Burr from the Boston Globe. A brazenly comic, fatally inconsistent romp that tries to destroy radical fundamentalism with ridicule. It does destroy it with ridicule.
Doesn't it?
I would love to know what what's his name?
Ty Burr.
I would love to know what he likes in a movie.
Because none of these, have you noticed not one of these had said that it's poorly acted? None of them have said it's poorly acted or that the jokes aren't good.
The writing's great.
Less for politics than his general bravado. There's not one really good critic.
No,
the New York Post, the director, Chris Morris, has been successfully making TV for 20 years, but he falters in this as for his feature. He's taken what might be a funny sketch and forced it to run more than an hour and a half. It's just horseshit.
It is horseshit.
The Washington Post didn't like it. The movie falters with an inconsistent tone. These fucking faggots. These faggot critics.
It's a really good movie.
It's hilarious.
It's really good. Well done.
Let's see what he liked.
Whatever. Yeah, I want to know what Ty Burr likes. We should guess.
Ugh.
What does he like?
I don't know.
You tell Ty Burr I'm gunning for him. Ty Burr.
I hope Ty Burr gets esophageal cancer.
Oh, shit.
Stephen S. from Bayshore wants to know, what did Rotten Bananas give colored girls?
Oh, Jesus.
Fucking racist.
Steve.
Fucking piece of
Steve
shit.
from
racist.
Bayshore is one of the worst people ever.
What did Ty
So glad
like?
he'll never be invited to any of my parties ever. It's
true.
What did Ty like?
He liked Machete.
All right, forget it. Ty stinks.
All right, Ty Burr.
Please.
You like the Expendables.
Oh, did
what
he?
a cunt.
Like the
What a fucking
Expendables.
pussy boy, Ty Burr. I hope Ty Burr is injured somehow.
He's horrible.
Hope he gets his foot caught something.
He gave a fresh review to Dinner for Schmucks.
He did?
He liked it?
That's all I need to know.
2.5 out of 4. That's a fresh.
That's all I need to know. That movie was horse shit.
Does he like for colored girls?
I don't think he's reviewed for Colored Girls.
This guy sucks a dick.
You like Dinner with Schmucks or for Schmucks? Ugh.
He's all right to his opinion, but it's like when you see what somebody, it's like, what are you doing?
That movie just bothered me, and we all got free tickets. So when you go to a movie where everyone got free tickets, usually like the crowd's a little more energetic. And even in that movie theater, after they got their free tickets, no one was into it.
Snooze.
Because Kurt Loder was mad at you.
Yeah, then we almost got in a fight with stupid Kurt Loder.
Why?
Because we got up as soon as the credits hit because we couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there. And he was still doing, I guess, his review and needed the credits. So he's pissed off that we're walking past him.
Just Google it.
There's no reason to sit through the credits ever.
Dummy.
I love those people that get mad at you when you stand up and the credits start rolling. Stop already. Unless there's some kind of outtakes while the credits are rolling, there's no reason to see a million fucking names that you don't know.
Who cares what Kurt Loder thinks?
No offense to the people that work
movie.
in the industry, but seriously, we're not sitting.
Nobody
there
wants to know who the
studying
gaffer is.
names, right?
Or the best boy.
Right.
Best boy.
Yeah, but Loder was really mad at us.
Please.
I think we should see For Colored Girls as a show.
Iraq's reminding. I'm trying to be a nice guy today, but Iraq just reminded me, and I might as well say it, that I purposely kicked his legs on the way out.
After you yelled, excuse me, really loud at him.
There's ways of doing things where you make it look like it's an accident. I kicked his legs.
Probably broke his hip.
I kicked his old man legs. Loder was old when he was on MTV.
I know.
How old is this fucking
They goofed
guy?
on him that he was the old guy on MTV, and it was back in the 80s.
Yeah.
Christ.
All right, should we take a break?
Yumpin' Yemeni.
Wow, this guy said, Charlie in Virginia. Charlie.
Yes, sir.
What's up?
We were willing to give. I downloaded and burned a copy of Four Lions. It's all over the internet. And four of us sat down to watch it Saturday night, and we all fell asleep less than halfway through.
Were you stoned?
No, no.
Were you drinking?
Believe me, I wanted to give it a chance.
Were you bored?
Yes.
I'm surprised. Wow, I love the
I'm not
dialogue in that. Fuck,
yeah,
man.
I love the movie. Jimmy loved the movie and liked the movie. A lot of people like this movie. So
I'm
but
surprised.
If you didn't like it, that's fine.
No,
you're dumb.
I'm just offering a different point of view.
What do you need? An Adam Sandler movie to entertain you boys?
Yeah, what kind of
While you're
comedy are-
Jerking each other off, you fucking homos. Four Lines is a good movie.
What do
Is
you
that
enjoy?
What happened? You were all post jerked off.
Yeah,
all
It's not
sleepy.
The only one who stayed up was the one eating the cracker.
Were you all dehydrated from all the fucking sperm you lost?
Tugging each other.
Yeah. What do you find? Give me a movie you liked.
Oh shit, man. I can't come up with them right now.
Well, you didn't like it. That's whatever.
Maybe some kind of Adam Sandler project.
No, Adam
with
Sandler.
Rob Schneider.
Oh God, Rob
movie every
Schneider.
Rob Schneider. How about Corey Feldman?
He's in the new Lost Boys. Wow, that's got to be really
Who?
good.
Rob Schneider.
Corey Feldman.
Oh.
Decided Lost Boys wasn't good enough to just leave the way it was, and decided he was going to be in Lost Boys
I found the
3.
new
This is the third one.
This is the
Jackass
third one?
Oh, yes.
Well, fuck me running.
Lost Boys 3.
Jackass movie's funny.
Yeah, that was
Of
funny.
course. They're doing fucking wacky, funny things.
All right,
Yeah, I mean-
Charles. Sorry you didn't like Four Lions. I don't know what to tell you. We really like that. movie.
Daisy chains make you tired. We understand.
Yeah, take care, Godless
Heads
Queer.
It was
pumping.
two guys. It was two
Godless
couples.
Queer. Godless.
What did you say, Charlie?
What'd you say, cocksucker with his friends?
It was no. It was.
What'd you say, load eater?
It was me, my wife, and another friend and his wife. And
All right.
Oh.
I guarantee you that.
What was that?
Oh,
Lost Boys, The Thirst.
Yes, this is the third installment in the Lost Boys trilogy.
And who from the original cast is in there?
Corey Feldman.
And who else?
Who else?
Just
I know.
one.
Just
Corey Feldman.
Lost? Why don't you find yourself already, Bubby? How long's this guy been lost? Yeah, I found him. He's at Michael Jackson's house again, Bubby. How much time are you going to spend there, Corey? Goodness gracious. 4 Lions. I thought it was about a safari. I had no idea. I'm like, who are these men with the hats? I don't want to see this. A bunch of bombs running around. Boo-hoo. I poo-pooed that movie.
Fuck. All right. Well, we'll break, I guess.
Wait a minute. Did that go right to DVD?
Fairly quickly.
Oh,
But
wait.
so did the second one.
Wait,
So,
Lost Boys 3 is already out?
on DVD. You can own it in your own home.
Wow.
But the second one also was fairly quickly released to DVD.
I would assume.
He's holding a machine gun in it?
If I was Corey Feldman, I would
Yes.
fucking swallow a shotgun.
Yeah.
No problem. I would have no problem doing
Yeah,
that if
you'd
my name
have
was
to.
Corey Feldman. No problem. What is he doing? He should have jumped in
the
the
last
fucking.
remaining Corey.
He should have jumped in the hole with Michael Jackson.
He's very lonely. He's the last
Sure is.
Corey.
Apparently, he's been hurting a lot, too, over this whole Michael
Yes.
Jackson fiasco.
Yes.
I heard the new song. Who is it? I don't know. Helen Bergeron here, signing off.
Helen Bergeron.
All right, we'll see what else is going on from the weekend after the break.
I will tell you this. I took public transportation.
Whoa.
Yep.
Squad car?
No. No. Anthony on public transportation. Yes.
When?
Saturday night.
We'll find out. After
Somebody
the
was
break.
drunk.
No. Somebody was sober and didn't want to go out and then drink and drive.
Someone's a faggot.
I know. My older years, I'm starting to get really scared of getting a Dewey. I don't want one. I've been lucky this long. I don't want to push
At
it.
this age, get a Dewey. Who cares?
Exactly. Hit a family. Fucking live a little.
The
Be a man.
Deweys are like, they suck when you're young, man. When you can't afford your car insurance and stuff like that.
See,
And you could do 10 years in jail and still have most of your life.
Absolutely.
No fucking
At this
way.
age, who gives a fuck?
I don't know. A little too much to lose, I think. The thing about the public transportation, I'll after the break, I'll let you know. But the little twist on this, if everybody in New York knows, which I didn't know at the time, Long Island Railroad was down.
I know, and
Yeah.
we should talk about that.
Yeah.
I know you're not a bit. We'll get into
Oh,
it
yeah,
because
yeah.
it's infuriating what this fucking piece of shit. I want to say the city in general, but it's the MTA, right?
Yeah, which I
or is
pay
the Long
taxes
Island
to.
Railroad different?
No, it's MTA.
Yeah, we'll get into it after the break. We'll wait to hear what they decided to do.
Yeah, it's great.
This past weekend.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Hey, mama said the way you move gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove.
Oh, yeah.
We're rocking with Zeppelin.
Zep 4 released 39 years ago today.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
39 years ago.
Wow. It's a long time ago. Yeah, this is a rip-off, right?
Yeah, we're back already.
They must have ripped this off from some poor black man.
We decided to do some radio today, so I don't know if this is a rip-off. I don't know if this one is. JFK defeated Nixon 50 years ago today.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then Oswald defeated JFK.
He certainly did. Whoopsie.
Yeah, so public transit. Anthony did a little public transit on Saturday.
Yeah.
And just amazing what they do to the people. They had to do some upgrades on the Long Island Railroad. They have a switching system. That goes back to 1908 or something like that.
When they had
something
steam
ridiculous.
trains
At
Jamaica Station.
But they keep raising the fares, year after year or every other year.
Yeah.
But they don't. They finally decided, okay, to take some of the money from raising the fares and then actually updating the system.
Yeah.
But they needed to shut down pretty much most of the service for a couple weekends, and they did one about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and the second one was this past yesterday, right?
Yeah, this whole weekend.
The whole weekend. I'm sorry. And the problem is the New York City Marathon was yesterday. So I'm not sure if it was the mayor or somebody asked the Long Island Railroad, can't you maybe put this off and do it next weekend? Because a lot of people really need the Long Island Railroad this weekend for the New York City Marathon. And the dopes at the Long Island Railroad said, nope, we don't give a shit. We need to do this.
Yeah.
Inconveniencing a million fucking people.
Yeah,
Just a ridiculous amount of people where
for
they
the
had to get on
marathon.
buses and shit. Because they didn't have service to get into the city quickly for the New York City Marathon.
Speaking of buses.
Oh, you had to get on a bus?
Oh, dude.
Wow, she must have been really fucking hot.
No, that had nothing to do with that. I just decided I'm going into the city to go see and hang out and sing a few songs with my brother. My brother was playing bar in the city here. And I'm like, hey, you know something? I'm not doing anything. It's Saturday night. I'm gonna get out, go into the city. And then I start I'm thinking, I don't want to fucking drive. I just don't, because I know I'm gonna fucking drink. I don't want to drive back all fucked up. And here's what you got to do when things are working perfectly in order to not drink and drive and get into the city. I got to take a cab from my house to the train station. Then
You had no one at your house that could drive you there?
No.
With all the people that hang out? Tell someone to give
They're
you a
all
fucking
drunks,
ride.
too.
No, yeah, exactly. I take a cab from my house to the train station, then take a train into the city, and then take either the subway or a cab to the bar. And then, late at night, you got to get out, drunk. Now I'm trying to hail a cab to get back to Penn Station, to get on the train, to go back to the train station, to grab a cab, to get back to the house. It's just, being safe is a pain in the fucking ass.
That's the problem.
That is the problem.
Plus, you got to deal with crazy white guy, Long Island cabbie guy.
Yeah, because
those guys are
on Long Island.
No offense to them, because I know a few of them listen to the show, but you're all nuts.
They are.
I think they're all on crystal meth or something.
I know. They're all nutty. Crazy white cab drivers are all over Long Island.
I would much rather have an African or fucking terrorist,
Middle Eastern terrorist.
Than the white cabbie.
Yes, in New York City, absolutely.
Jonathan's in town. Just for a brief aside here, my manager, and he said he had a white cabbie the other night, and they were riding. Or one time he had him, and he goes, the guy was saying something about. When the Iranian president was here, 'cause it was traffic, and Jonathan goes, they gotta look at this, block all this for this Iranian president. And the guy goes, what's wrong with that? And he's and the guy said something about the fucking Zionists.
Oh,
and he goes to Jonathan, he goes, you Jewish? And Jonathan goes, well, yeah. And the guy just goes, fucking Zionists.
Thank you.
And they're fucking, what did he say? He said something crazy after that, and they're fucking gold pocket. He said some anti-Jew thing.
Oh, shit.
And I said to Jonathan, did you tip him? He goes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, he said the guy was crazy, though. And I was like,
You
probably the
scared
best
me. I
move.
thought you weren't going to agree. I'm telling you, the white cab drivers in New
totally
York City
agree, yeah.
are way
Wow.
scarier than anyone else you'd get in a cab with. When I see
Yeah.
a white cab driver, I'm like, just shut your fucking mouth. Don't say a word to
They
these
love
guys.
talking.
Just tell them where you're going. And if they do talk to you, just nod and agree with everything just agree with everything they're saying.
And they're no partition guy.
Right.
They
Oh, they don't give a
that,
fuck.
They don't have that bulletproof glass
No, they
partition.
don't
they don't
care.
care. Shoot me in the back of the head.
Please.
Who cares? Yeah, please.
They got illegal firearms and
Yeah, they don't
strapped to
care.
them somewhere. They'll have a gunfight
Little
in the middle of
Travis
Broadway. They
Bickle.
don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I thought Jimmy was going to agree. It's
Oh, no.
so
No,
obvious
they're
in New York
crazy.
City. They're nuts.
They're crazy. Yeah, I took the and I did have the crazy white cab driver. Took me to the train station, and then I buy a ticket, and then after I buy my ticket, I'm informed by a bunch of Long Island Railroad people that are in their little reflective coats that are helping people. Yes, there's no train service into Manhattan. There's a bus, and he points to the bus, and I'm like, you know something, I could just try to get another cab and go home and just sit around. Or I could hop on the bus, have a little adventure.
Why don't you just take a cab all the way in at that point?
I don't want
You
to
throw
listen to
money
that
around.
fucking guy yapping either.
You throw money around like it's nothing.
You know what? Because
I don't get you.
Because it probably would have taken just as long anyway.
I guess.
So I'm like, I haven't been on a bus since school. So I figured, you know what? Little adventure. Let me take a little adventure. So I hopped on the bus way in the back, and I was I think one of 3 white people on the bus.
Really? From your area?
Yeah, believe it or not. No, because they were coming in. The train stopped at Mineola.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I was, at Mineola train station.
Were you on the wine dance line?
Mineola. Well, they were bringing him in from eastbound.
Them.
So they stopped at Mineola. They all got off the train and on my bus.
That's fucked up.
So I'm like, okay. And then then we had to drive the bus to Jamaica Station without taking any highways. He took Jericho Turnpike and Jamaica Avenue the whole way.
Why?
I don't know. They don't take main roads. They took Jericho Turnpike, lights, everything.
It had to take you hours to get into the city.
It took me about an hour and 45
to Jamaica Station.
No, to get in, because once I got to Jamaica Station,
That
I
was
took
easy.
the E train downtown.
Right.
The E train, which hysterical. Also, I get on this thing, and in the middle of the subway, there's the seats, against the windows on either side. That whole area is taken up by a group of black ladies and gentlemen. One woman was so fucking fat. I mean, fucking obese fat.
Tell you, how fat was she?
She's obese fat, had those long-ass, black chicks seem to like them, fingernails.
Oh, it's weapons.
Where they paint them up and everything.
Yeah.
Earrings that were giant big gold star earrings. Mm-hmm. And she's eating fried chicken out of a giant, bag. Just munching out.
She fat?
She was so fucking compacted, round fat.
Did her fatness bother you?
It annoyed the
Every once in a while,
piss
you
out of me.
find somebody where their fatness bothers you.
And she's eating
Does she
chicken
look
out
like
of a
that?
bag. Yeah, she did. I'm looking at a picture right now of a giant, fat black woman eating chicken. So she's eating the chicken. Next to her is what I could only describe as a thug with his Yankee hat turned sideways and shit. And he's eating a McRib. They're just all munching out. And across the aisle, or across the middle of the subway, they were all together. There was this skinny, sassy black chick that was just saying shit like, so I told her, I'm gonna cut you. I'm going to cut your face. And she gets up and starts acting it out in the middle of the train, how she's going to cut this bitch up.
Were you nervous at all?
No, I got fucking Mr. 40 caliber.
You weren't?
I could give a shit. I'm like, fuck it.
You could have been the new Bernie Getz.
I even took an extra magazine. I'm like,
psycho.
fuck it. 9 ain't enough. I'm taking another 9 with me.
What, in case 2 baseball teams were on? I thought he meant to fucking, in case the fucking Jamaica Queens against the Hollis Queens baseball team.
No, that was it. I'm like, I don't care.
You didn't tell us that you were going to see 4 colored girls this weekend?
I saw that
On
fucking
the E-train?
Yeah, yo.
Acting it out?
They were acting it out.
Nice.
And, yeah, it was real. And fucking just loud. Like everyone else is just kind of sitting, keeping to themselves. Everything they were saying was so fucking like loud. Everyone on the train had to fucking hear
It's
it.
their world. You're just living in it.
Exactly.
It's their
You are
world.
exactly right. Exactly right. Not Anthony Ferguson. I was waiting for a Colin Ferguson. I'm the one that protects people.
I know.
I'm the catcher in the rye.
You'd be Colin Ferguson because you're an asshole.
The joke is, he would be more like a Bernie Getz.
Bernie.
Of course he would.
Don't ask me for money.
Exactly.
Motherfucker.
Except if he's anything like the Call on Mancow show, he'd give him the money and the gun and go, oh, wait a minute. I messed up.
Turd. Just so loud but I was soaking it all in. Jamaica, that Jamaica Station. Wow, that's some area.
Yeah.
There and driving through to get to Jamaica Station on Jamaica Avenue and stuff. Woof.
Well, we used to
That
make
is some neighborhood.
We used to make jokes when we had to go all the way out to Huntington on the Long Island Railroad. They always stopped at Jamaica Station, and those doors would open, and you would just sit there in a panic, waiting for the doors to close again.
Come on, close.
Just close. Because you could get to Penn Station and get on a real safe, white-looking train all the way out to Long Island.
Of course.
But they have to open those doors every fucking night at Jamaica Station, and man, was that potluck.
Jamaica Station, transfer, bloody.
You would find yourself, you would stop breathing.
Yeah.
And just pray for the doors to quickly shut again.
I was just soaking it all in. It was an interesting
It's
little
good
trip
for you. It's good
into the city.
It's good to hobnob with the people
and subway it in.
Why didn't you just get a car service?
That's
because
why?
Because
what's wrong with you?
You know why? Because I thought the train was coming, so I took the cab to the train station. Now I'm at the train station. I guess I could have called a car service, but by the time it gets there, and by the time I just hopped on the bus. And I figured, let me see what this is all about.
Mm-hmm.
A little adventure. And I didn't do it going home. My brother dropped me off going home because I would have had to take the subway to Jamaica again, hop on another bus, take that to Mineola, get a cab, and get that home. And this is all to avoid, because I just had a bad feeling about going out and having some
drinking and
some
driving.
drinks and driving. I was like, you know something? I am not doing that tonight. I don't know why, but yeah.
Because, dude, it's like it could be a DWI, but it could also be, it's like you forget that you could actually have somebody do something that's their fault and you hit them.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those kind of no fault or both fault.
Right, but
and,
then
you've
blowing
had
a
drinks
breathalyzer.
and you're fucking doomed.
You're the
or you kill
guilty
somebody.
guy.
It's like you're so fuck that shit.
Texting and driving is way worse than drinking and driving.
Oh my God, right?
Way fucking worse.
Drinking and texting and driving.
When was
Oh
the-
my God, that's even worse.
When you're out on the road later at night, you don't know where the drunks are. Every once in a while, you see one that it's very obvious. But man, when you're out in the road in the middle of the afternoon, you see the people texting and driving. They're all over the fucking place.
Over the road.
That's got to be way worse in
It's
the end.
amazing. All over the road.
I don't think you should drink and drive, obviously, but I think the texting thing is completely out of control.
If I have a few beers and I'm driving, there's no problem. I will be Mr. Legal Eagle, doing the speed limit, staying in the right lane, driving nice, not weaving. If I'm trying to read a text, and then you look up and realize you're almost into the wall, you do that cut back real quick.
Yeah.
I've been thinking of that
Never
lately as
do
I'm
that
driving.
drunk.
How fucking, because we discussed it. I'm like, I'm really trying not to do that because I'm going to hit somebody.
Yeah.
Every accident I've almost had in the last year or 2 years has been texting.
Texting.
I made the decision when I had the kid. I'm done with the texting and driving, and it's driving me fucking nuts. I hear my phone going off. I'm like, I gotta check it. It's killing me. It's like I'm an addict. I have to do it, and I made a little pact that I wouldn't do it anymore.
Yeah.
They need a
unless we're going
hands-free
really
thing.
slow and fucking horrible traffic, then I'll pop it in.
They
pop
need
it up.
hands-free, something that recites your texts. That's what they need.
Man,
so
there's a market for that.
Yeah, there is.
Is there an app?
Yeah, I'm sure there's something out there. I'm not
There
the
should be
first
some
one to
kind of
think
app.
of this. But whenever you get a text, it should be, here you got a text, you press a button on your steering wheel or something, and it reads your text to you. Unless somebody's in the car that you don't want to hear your text, that would be that would be awful.
Yeah.
So the weekend.
I'm going to suck your dock. No, wrong. Backspace.
So the weekend was good. You guys sang a few songs.
Yes, sang
had
a few
laughs,
songs.
Had a few pops.
A few laughs, hung out. Then yesterday was pretty much one of my favorite things to do when I'm alone at the house. I just stay in bed and watch television.
All day long.
All day long. I got up, get something to eat, and then right back into bed. Prop the pillows up, just watching movies and shit.
Nice.
Not a care in the world on a Sunday.
Have you seen Toy Story 3 yet?
No.
Yeah, it was all right, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I do like those movies.
I love them, actually. I can't even front.
You're not fronting?
I can't
You're
front.
not fronting?
I like animated
I cut
features.
you. I cut you.
Put you in another world or something. I don't know.
Yeah, they are good.
Make-believe world.
When you first see it, it's like, oh, yeah, it's a cartoon, or it's animated, it's computer generated. And then, 10 minutes in, you're just kind of like, oh, you don't even notice.
And it's not old school
It's just a
animation.
movie.
I mean, the
looks
writing's really
amazing.
good. The character development's really good. And as far as Toy Story 3, it was an action flick that was pretty damn good, man.
Yeah.
Good story.
How many tissues? I was looking at a little pornography, too.
Can I quickly talk about... Oh, you were?
Yeah, I got on that...
You get
what is
your
that,
Sunday
X-Hamster
afternoon jerk on?
or something. Get my jerk on. Went on that X-Hamster or whatever
Oh,
it is.
fuck, man, yeah.
And, boy, can you just stay on that site for hours on end. Hours! Yeah. There's so much pornography to look through. Yeah. It's wonderful.
Oh, my God. X hamster, Y hamster. What's with all the letters? And who wants to watch a little fella running into a wheel? Not me. Bubba, you're crazy. Thanks a lot. Helen Bergeron signing it off.
Signing off.
I like to sign off.
Yeah, the big lunkhead brought me a cup of coffee. I wanted tea, Bubby, but I'll take it. Who's the big, dumb, quiet one? He doesn't say much when he comes in. He just looks like a giant monster.
Monster.
Blah, blah. Oh, God, he's going to bite me on the neck. Get out of here.
A giant monster.
Good luck getting that perfume out of your mouth, you big Dracula.
You guys want to talk to a wise ass?
One more thing about the porno and stuff is, and we've brought this up in the past. It really is amazing. I don't know who's paying for porn when there is so much free porn available on the internet.
I feel bad for those girls. They're not going to make a good living
It's
anymore.
like, why
Taking
would you
cum on their
pay
faces.
for anything when the categories are amazing? You're just like, oh, amateur voyeur. You want fucking masturbation videos. You want fucking just chicks. You want cum shot in facials. You want they're every category you could possibly want.
And amateurs are way better than the slick porn, no?
I love the amateur.
I'm a huge fan of amateur.
I like the amateur.
Over the peroxide blondes
Yeah.
with the big, huge plastic tits. Way.
I think I spent an hour just watching hand jobs.
Yeah,
Watching
they can be great,
watching
dude.
chicks just giving hand jobs. It was like, wow, that chick's got a great technique.
It's a lost art form.
It really is. It's a lost art form.
It's amazing
Can't
how
find
sexy.
a girl to jerk you right anymore.
A hand job can be the sexiest thing. When that little sound that when she puts a little lube on, a girl who knows how to
lube.
jerk. Dude, those videos are hot.
There was this one chick I was watching. She did nothing but now I don't know if this guy is a fucking quick shooter or something, but she just took like her thumb and was just slowly rotating her thumb around the head. And the guy just fucking exploded all over her hand.
Do you know what sexy videos too is girls with chubby asses, like juicy asses, who like a guy will just lay there with his dick out and they give him a nude lap dance, and they grind their ass cheeks over his cock and he shoots that way.
Really?
I've actually come that way. It's fucking hot, man.
Jeez, from an ass crack?
Oh,
ass
fucking!
cracking?
If you're laying on your back and a juicy ass crack is on your fucking dick. Oh my god! You
Little
don't have to look at
lube
her
in there?
A little bit of lube. Sometimes no, because the ass cheeks will kind of grab it a little bit, but a little bit of lube can help. And then, that fucking! I just deedle my nipples, hoodly doodly doodly, and it's innocent. It's like you're not even sticking. Hoodly doodly. Yeah, and she's looking the other way. She's watching Days of Our Lives or whatever the fuck she's doing.
Doesn't matter what she's doing.
I don't care. I'm just tweaking my nips. I will fucking arc one on my stomach like that.
No one wrecked the hand job for me was fucking Animal House.
Oh, with the glove?
That sterile fucking hand job
when
scene.
She's giving the handy to Greg.
She's not into it at all.
Yeah.
And then she pulls the glove off. Oh, that blew it for me.
Yeah. Well, if you're not even going to try.
Right. Fucking, it's definitely a lost art form.
Yeah. And then there were
Girls are too busy fucking giving up the ass, and they don't know how to give a proper handy.
Give a proper hand job.
Start with the good handy first.
There were these chicks that were like seeing how fast they can make a guy come just by jerking him off. One chick, it was 20 seconds. 20 seconds.
Well, that would be a great bit that obviously we can't
do.
We can't? Why not?
How great would that be?
Handy. Look at this shit.
Wow, that's really hot. That's
this
all right.
chick's just sitting.
That's fucking
at a
juicy,
desk,
man. She's looking up at him too.
Looking up at him, she's just cranking.
It's all about the confidence in her eyes.
Yeah, she really is confident.
Look at
she
those
knows.
eyes.
Good fucking hand job.
He's standing there with his hands in his suit pants.
Good tease and denial videos where they fucking jerk you a little and stop, and they just lick your cock. There's some fucking really good cock tease videos that are so hot.
What's going on there?
Right
Look
to
at him. Oh, good.
fucking.
He's putting it in. He didn't even take his trousers off. He's going to have little milkshake box bubby all over his suit pants.
Milkshake. She really is looking up with confidence. What is El Duce doing up on the wall? Is this an Italian movie? Oh, look at that.
That's why she
All
wore
over
the
her
glasses.
face.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That was a fucking seed protector.
Those are safety glasses.
Yeah, those are welding goggles. She doesn't get coomsies in the eye.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Jesus
You don't have
Christ.
to close the curtains. No one's at work yet.
I won't worry about it.
Jesus. I know they're doing the right thing. I'm
paranoid
sorry.
about that.
Yeah, so paranoid. No one's even here yet.
No. Yes, a lot of smut. Great categories.
Language.
No paying.
Language.
So it sounded like you had a good weekend.
Oh, yeah. It's nice. Fun, bus, relaxing, porn.
Bobby in Jersey. Bobby.
Okay.
Hey, Bobby.
Bubby.
What's up?
Let me ask a quick question. Now that you're a dad, I watched this movie yesterday with my two boys and found myself fighting off bawling at the end of that movie.
Toy Story 3. Everyone says that they're like, you're going to cry at the end of Toy Story 3. Could someone tell me what part I was supposed to cry at? I don't even know.
I don't know. You know, it almost had like such a sad overtone through the whole movie, and I knew it was coming, and my wife told me, and then I'm looking at him going, Jesus Christ, these kids are going to leave me any minute. And that made me sad.
Where was I supposed to cry?
You know, it just seemed like the whole thing, I guess maybe from watching the other movies and watching the kid grow up, it just seemed like looking at this kid. And
same kid kind of thing, growing up. Oh, see, your kid's growing up, leaving the nest.
Yeah,
kind of thing. I felt the same way at the end of Downfall. I was tearing up a little bit.
Honestly, did you ever cry at something weird, though? Like,
thank you, Bobby.
Like a weird thing that probably you didn't think would make you cry, but did?
Like what?
Yeah.
You got an example?
Lost used to make me cry all the time. Like, especially the first season. I bawled probably 50 episodes of Lost.
And don't forget about Ebert. Ebert makes you cry.
That was one time, and that
That's
was very early.
hilarious.
That was too late. Now I'd laugh at old fucking
Good.
slack asshole jaw.
Good.
I would. They're still sad.
Travi, what's up?
What makes you cry, Travis?
Oh, nothing.
Really? Are you one of those guys that
Besides
just...
seeing a Jew run off with your mom.
Yeah. Besides the survivors in Schindler's List had a picture of your mother.
I was just eating my breakfast. I wanted to help.
What are you having?
Field of Dreams will make me cry. To answer your question.
Yeah, but that would get me a little bit, though, at the end.
Yeah, but that's because me and my dad, baseball.
Had a catch?
Yeah.
All right.
Every time that'll get to me.
No, that, I mean... Yeah.
What's the
My
song?
father ever pitched at me was a spaghetti plate, so I have no idea.
What's the big song from Field of Dreams? Is there a song from that?
No, it's just got very
YMCA?
recognizable
music.
Yeah.
It's really good, right?
To answer your question about Toy Story 3, I think it's the final scene where Andy is kind of playing with his toys for the last time and giving them away.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a sad scene if you've invested, yourself in Toy Story and Toy Story 2, so you've gone with these characters.
Like The Wind or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
like it.
He was going to college.
Oh,
He
nerds.
didn't need his stupid toys. Gave them to a little girl, which sets up Toy Story 4, obviously. Right?
No.
Yeah.
You don't think so? This is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it ended on such everybody loves this movie. It got
I love Toy Story 3.
It was very good.
I just wasn't crying at that scene.
No, I wasn't crying
It
either.
was a
My
good
chick
scene.
was crying, but
It was a good scene.
Did you hit her?
Yes.
Did you hit her? Oh my God!
That's how you stop
reach
crying.
over and smack her in the head.
Hey.
Woody just was in denial. Just
Yeah, it
thought
was a
this
good
kid
movie.
was going to love him and his dumb toy forever. And the kid went off to college to get pussy.
Exactly.
But he
Take
did.
this
He
toy and
almost-
shove it up your ass,
He
cowboy
almost
hat.
didn't want to give away Woody.
Yeah, yeah. He almost brought him to college
Yeah.
and then realized, wow, I'm not going to get girls if I got a
He looked
stupid
like a
kid's
dork.
toy in my dorm.
Why did he give him away though?
Because he knew that he'd be better served with a new child. It's a good movie.
It's not a good movie.
Yes, it is.
Fucking
It
Peter
sounds
Pumper.
very sad, and I don't want to see it.
Exactly. It doesn't sound sad.
No, the
Oh
end.
my
The end
God.
is
99,
sad, but
99 positive reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. So let's go back to Rotten Tomatoes. Who was the douchebag that decided he
Is
hated
there
Toy
one?
Story?
I
There
say
were
who were the
two.
99 that
There were
loved it?
two? What an asshole.
the first like
Enough
2
already.
weeks that this was out, it got
Yeah.
100%.
And then someone had
And then, yeah.
what that's about is someone wanted to stand out on Rotten Tomatoes.
That'd be different.
It was just two. It was originally just 2 people who had like blogs and decided to give it a bad review.
They shouldn't even be
That's the
counted
problem
in the
with Rotten
census.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, they really
Well,
shouldn't
now they
count
have top critics. You can read just top critics
Yeah.
reviews.
All right, there's the two right there. Jimmy,
there's
if you
three.
will. Three, if you will. What?
Let's see who they
what
are.
big fucking word do they have to use?
Which one is this? Now, this is Coley Smith from ColeySmith.com. He's a nobody. Once you get past the inflated price for an animated 3D movie, okay, jerk off. Where nothing floats in front of your eyes is quality 3D films. A story that unfolds is more sad than joyful. Yes, it is, Jizzbucket.
What it was?
So he doesn't like 3D.
He wanted a joyful movie.
It was joyful in general.
Hold on. Jeremy Hellman from MovieMartyr.com, another zero.
Yeah.
At best, Toy Story 3 stands as a refinement of Toy Story 2, a movie which was an unnecessary sequel to begin with. Okay.
God.
And then Armand White from New York Press, another non-impressive fucking publication. Toy Story 3 is so besotted with brand names and product placement that it stops being about the innocent pleasures of imagination, the usefulness of toys, and strictly celebrates
Okay.
consumerism.
Let me tell you something.
Even your magazine does.
Hold on. I just saw Toy Story 3 Saturday night. I can't name one fucking product placement.
No, maybe Barbie.
Subliminal.
I guess.
But seriously, that's
Maybe-
it.
Where's the product placement in that movie?
The drink Coca-Cola?
No.
No.
Yeah. Does he get fucked with a name strap-on?
What is it? What is that guy
being
talking
used?
about? Where was the product placement? I can't name one.
Man.
People have to be different.
The corporations, man.
Oh, Big Fish! I can't see that fucking movie because that's when my dad died. Right around the time that movie came out, so I've never seen
jeez.
it. I hear it'll make you bawl. That movie. I read the book. Another fucking book I read. Yeah.
It was all right.
Huh?
It's all right.
People
Some
said-
people
a lot of
absolutely
people
love that
fucking
movie.
bawl at Big Fish. They said that's a biggie for crying.
I think I got sad at the end of Mr. Holland's Opus when I first saw it.
I didn't see that.
That was a pretty good movie.
It was a very good movie.
Yeah, Mr. Holland's Opus. I don't
didn't
remember
see
much
that one
about
either.
it, but I remember liking it at the
Yeah,
time.
but at the end when like he does that.
I didn't see it.
Opus.
Don't tell
Okay.
me. But I bet you like a big cock in your opus.
Jimmy's like, don't
Terrible
tell me.
joke.
It's called Mr. Holland's Opus, so
It's about an opus.
There might
What's
be an
an
opus?
opus
in the movie.
What the
eventually.
fuck? I don't know what an opus is.
Music.
It's like some kind of. Is it a stanza? I don't know.
I honestly don't
What's
know.
an opus?
It's one half of a radio show.
It says opus and Anthony.
He's growing up. He's not a child anymore. I get it, but it didn't make me sad. Maybe for the fucking parents out there that have kids on their way out of
Yeah, maybe if I
the
watch
house.
it again in
Yeah, yours is
18
just
years.
coming in.
No kidding. I got
Yours
some
ain't
years.
leaving.
Exactly. You pile of fudge.
All right.
Excuse my language. Boo.
A booty hoo.
A bunch of boos for Jimmy.
All right. Let me. Where this guy knows something. Sean in Georgia. Sean.
Hey, boys.
Hey.
Armand White on there that you were just reading, if you go look at his past ratings, he purposely will rate movies that have a perfect rating as failing just so they don't get the... He'll purposely give them the rotten rating so they don't have the perfect.
Which guy does this?
100%?
Which guy does it?
White.
New York press guy.
Oh,
So Rotten Tomatoes should just kick him off because he's obviously doing it to, for himself.
He's just one of those guys.
Right.
Technically a reviewer, so they can't really say
Right.
no because then they'd be limited.
Yeah, but if the guy is purposely doing that, then there's got to be something they could do.
He's just a jerk off.
He is a jerk off.
He's one of those guys.
Just
Excuse
go
my
look at the
French.
picture and you'll see.
Yes, Sam.
He also gave a rotten review to The Social Network, which has 97% positive reviews.
He's a different guy.
Yeah.
He's different guy. What didn't you like about Social Network?
We should get this asshole on the phone.
I don't get it.
Like one of those fake, smart, middlebrow TV shows, this spaciousness?
Come on, dumbbell.
Of The Social Network is disguised by topicality. It's really a movie excusing Hollywood ruthlessness.
What?
I know.
This guy doesn't like anything.
He's got to be
guy's
different.
an idiot.
He's crazy. Whoa, watch out for him.
Yeah, this guy give you a tough review.
Oh, boy.
He marches to his own beat.
Easy.
He doesn't review my movie.
Get out of here, you.
Easy A, the teen comedy.
Oh, it's Easy A. Sorry. Best line in show history, Anthony, when he goes, Big A, little C. Remember we showed videos of him masturbating?
Yeah.
Tiny penis?
It got 87% positive reviews. He gave it a rotten review saying Easy A is now front runner for worst film of 2010.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
He's a rebel, is what he is.
he's
Thank
just
God
crazy.
for him.
The Town.
Don't get on his bad side.
Oh, watch out, guys. Here he comes.
Uh-oh.
Here comes the tough guy.
The Town. After 94% positive reviews, he had to say The Town is nearly as ludicrous as Affleck's debut, Gone Baby Gone, another poison pen letter to Beantown.
First of all, I liked Gone Baby Gone. I don't know if a lot of people like that movie.
I didn't
liked
love that. No, I thought it was terrible.
I kind of liked it.
That got 94% reviews positive?
No,
No,
Town.
The Town.
I hear The Town. I hear is a really good movie.
And he did, however, have good things to say about Resident Evil Afterlife, which got 25% on Rotten Tomatoes.
They should kick him out of Rotten Tomatoes. He's obviously doing this to get his name out there.
If critics and fanboys weren't suckers for simplistic nihilism and high-pressure marketing, Afterlife would be universally acclaimed as a visionary feat superior to Inception and Avatar on every level.
Is this guy just fucking around?
Sounds like my kind of movie review.
I think he's just fucking around.
Maybe
He's like my grandmother would say, he's full of turkey.
He really is like opposite guy.
Let's see.
Bizarro reviewer. 95%. Which one is that?
Where? A film unfinished?
Oh, I never heard of it, so
know it.
fuck it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He
didn't like Step Up 3D? Look at this fucking guy.
Step Up 3D.
Did you see Step Up 3D?
No, I missed it. I'm waiting until the Blu-ray 3D comes out. Because even on the Nageltron, they look a little better.
No, they don't.
A little better.
Can't.
A tiny bit better, right?
Slightly, dude. They look a little more crisp.
Impossible. I was having a little Twilight Zone festival of my own over the weekend also, and you got to clip the screen on the widescreen. You got to go to that regular where the bars are on the side of the TV, and I'm watching this thinking, how did we ever watch television like this? How did we ever watch fucking like almost square TVs?
Who thought that was a good idea? And then when the letterbox TVs came out, people thought that was weird. Remember?
People didn't like letterboxing.
I hate people that don't like letterbox.
I always like letterboxing on my regular TV. It's like, now I can see the whole movie. It's a little smaller, but, what are you going to do? But like the Twilight Zone, I had it stretched, but everything is looking a little fucked up and kind of distorted because, it's old shit. So I just went to the standard resolution of the old TVs. And it was like, how the fuck did we ever watch this shit?
Square is still good in a lot of cases.
No,
I find
it's not.
Although I'm moving like this week.
Oh yeah.
And so I may say goodbye to the Nageltron because that thing is not an easy thing to move.
No, it's got to weigh like 300 pounds.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
I may have to say goodbye to the Nageltron, which I don't want to do, but I also don't want to move it.
Are you going to have a new landlord?
Oh yeah, I'm getting rid of this.
You want to talk about your old landlord yet? Or
yeah,
wait
his mom.
Move? No, he's got to.
No, I talked about my old landlord on special delivery. I don't care if I just can't mention his name.
Getting files where you move?
No, the building isn't wired for FiOS yet.
He needs a TV first before he gets the FiOS.
Yeah, I mean, what difference does it make?
You got to hear about his landlord. Seriously, this is good radio.
Oh my God!
His landlord invited him and Jess to dinner, the barbecue.
The apartment that we
Did
live
he try
in
to have
now.
sex with Jess?
Pretty much.
Yeah, in a
I
manner
hope
of
so.
speaking.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Exactly, you cuckold.
All right, he's all man.
But the apartment that we live in
Wait,
now.
is the barbecue the big? Is that the headliner?
I think so. Yeah.
Did he do other stuff before the barbecue?
Just follow-ups.
He was. All right, go ahead. Tell the story really fast.
The apartment we live in it's in a building, but each apartment is owned separately. So our landlord just owns the apartment that we're in. It's not like a corporate thing. It's just the guy owns the apartment. So we deal directly with him. And so, like, after living there for a year, we didn't sign a new lease, but we were just like, yeah, we're just going to stick around. And he was like, okay. And then after a year and 3 months or so, he started texting and calling, like, to pursue a personal relationship.
He's a fan of Jess's.
And I never...
Who isn't?
I never gave him my phone. He never had any contact with me. I always told Jess just to deal with it.
Oh,
that's-
shit.
that's
What are you, dumb?
And so...
You don't tell an attractive girl to deal with some fucking guy. Well, it
was over the
you're a
phone.
rookie.
It was
Doesn't
not
matter.
personal.
That's how it starts, over the phone.
But he's a weirdo.
Yeah, why would you let your chick
Yeah,
deal with him instead
and
of
you're
protecting
not.
her?
She's with you. You're a weirdo. She's into weirdos.
This guy is like, anyway, he started,
No, this you got to hear this.
he started
This is a good
leaving,
story.
Jess goes, Sam, you got to hear this voicemail that the landlord just left. And this was like over the summer, and I go, okay. And he leaves this voicemail that goes, hi, it's so-and-so. I was thinking that you and Sam, of course, Sam could come over to my house. You could come over. It could be on a Saturday or a Sunday, and just come over, and we would have some food and maybe some drinks we'd eat, and you'd have something to eat, and you'd come over and sit down, have some food. We could drink something if you wanted to, have something to eat.
He was talking like this?
This is on the voicemail.
Wow.
Wow, then I could drug your boyfriend and rape you with a hammer.
And we go, oh, gee. And so we just called him back, and she was like, yeah, we get, Sam's real busy, works on Saturdays and da-da-da. And he goes, well, we could do it this weekend or next weekend or then any other weekend.
Oh, great.
And we go, oh, geez. So we have and we go, okay. So we made a weekend to finally do it, and we went over there. And he was like, he lives with his mother.
Holy
like his old mother.
shit.
He's
Norman fucking Bates.
He's definitely OCD and probably autistic too.
Wow.
Because he was like, he's repeating everything. He takes us a tour around the house. He's twisting the picture frames, making sure everything is just right. He's got his mom lives in her room. She doesn't really leave her room. She seemed like a nice old lady, but it's just a mattress on the floor.
Oh, wow.
That she slept on, and then like a chair with a TV tray attached to it and a small TV.
What
she just stayed.
Sick scene this sounds like.
And then he brought us into his dad's old office because his dad had died
Were
like
there
6 months ago.
Stuffed animals and animal heads on the wall?
No, but a wall full of firearms.
Oh.
Firearms. He likes he's a collector.
Guy sounds like a reasonable fella.
But instead of having them locked up or put, they're just on hooks on the wall.
Hanging on the wall.
Yeah, just on hooks.
Never know.
And he's showing us all these rooms, everything. There's just all kinds of horrible things. And we go back downstairs, and there was a mace gun in the kitchen. Oh. And I just, all right, well, we just won't mention that we've seen that and just try to get through the evening. And
why would you go there, man? I would never put my girl in that kind of danger.
I guess we didn't
Unless
really.
you're packing.
I wasn't.
Did you feel like you had no choice and you had to do the barbecue with the landlord?
The first one, yeah. I mean, I told her we wouldn't be doing it
The
again.
first one?
Because he wanted to keep having like a social relationship.
Oh, boy.
And so he explained that the mace gun was there because if there's a robber and he shoots him, then the bullet could go through his wall of his house and into his neighbor's house.
That's why you use hollow points.
No, he used a mace gun instead. And then
what does a mace gun do?
It shoots mace at a distance.
But out of, like, how? You know what I mean?
It's like it looks like a gun.
Is it like a water pistol, but it's filled with mace? Like
you load a mace can in it, like that you'd spray. You just load it in.
So does it shoot spray?
Funk. Yeah, it just shoots the liquid further and stronger.
Go.
Crazy. This guy's crazy.
And then he started making us dinner. We said, all right, we'll leave at 6. And he goes, 6:30. We'll leave at 6. Okay, 6:30.
He told you 6:30?
That's when he said, okay,
That's
fine,
when the roofie
6:30.
kicks in, right.
And so while we're in the kitchen, he has to turn the faucet on, off and on like 4 times every time he turns it on.
Yeah,
off,
and?
on, off, on, off, on, off, on. And then he started making chicken. Made a giant pan of chicken.
Did you look to make sure if he was sprinkling anything in there?
Yes, it was marinating in something. There was nothing you couldn't tell.
The blood of his other tenants.
I was going to say, damn it, the last victim. Fuck.
But he literally made enough chicken.
You probably ate human flesh. You don't even know it.
Rory Calhoun's is fucking
right.
He made enough chicken for 10 people. And he put that in the oven. And then he made in it 2 full bags of carrots. And he put that into a giant... And he made all this food. And then... It was 6 o'clock already when he was just putting stuff in. He put in baked potatoes at 6 o'clock.
No, you gotta
go. It takes too long. And so we brought it up, and he goes, okay, so he rushes it along. Because once you confront what's going on, he immediately, yeah. And so he gave Jess and me giant plates full of food. And then he sat down.
Yeah.
And we go, well, like, there's tons of food. We go, aren't you going to eat? And he goes, yeah, I will.
This is like a serial killer.
Oh, my God,
And he
it's
just
like it's
sits there.
poisoned. I'd be like, he's poisoned this.
He just sits there while we're kind of picking at it, just saying, when can we, like,
At
leave?
this point, are you TV eating? You know how they eat on like
Yeah,
TV
exactly.
programs? You kind of
Mixing everything around.
Right.
And then Jess has her leg kind of crossed over her knee.
Oh, yeah.
With her foot sticking up.
Oh.
Keeping that snatch closed.
And the guy
Smart
goes,
move.
oh, these are really nice shoes. Are they?
Yeah.
She's wearing moccasins. And she was like, yeah, they're like real moccasins. And he started holding her foot with the shoe on it. And I was like, oh, what? This could end horribly.
Did you go, hey, dude.
I was more concerned with leaving without a confrontation.
With your giant
That was
plates
my
of
plan.
food. What
We
was
just-
on the plate? A lot of chicken, carrots, and potatoes. It's the
That's
worst
it.
meal ever.
That's the whole meal.
This guy's weird.
And then he started showing us pictures from the 80s of his friends and family. That we've never met any of them. This is the first time we
dead.
Yeah, they're no
from
longer
the
around.
chicken.
This
They
was,
ate the
and she
chicken.
was.
Yeah.
And then we were like, look, I gotta get home because my parents are coming in from out of town.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
Gotta say that.
And so he goes, okay, fine, you could go. And then Jess goes, can we help you clean up? Why are you still being polite?
Oh, why did
And
she say that?
He goes, no, just leave it. And she was like, well, should we at least throw it out? And she had, like, kind of eaten the baked potato, but pretty much just scooped out the potato. And he goes, no, I'll eat the skin. And we go, what? And he goes, you don't have any socially transmitted diseases, do you? I'm just kidding. But he never made clear
You know
whether
what
he was
did? He
kidding
took
about
the empty skin that Jess had been, some of her saliva was on, and just fucked the potato skin.
He
used it like a fuck toy.
While his mother sat upstairs watching television.
What are you doing down there?
Wait a minute, but wasn't there more with the feet?
Well, he was stroking them and holding.
Yeah, you just said he held the moccasin.
God.
No. He held her foot inside the moccasin.
Why
Yeah.
would she allow that?
How far up did one
I'm
hand go
ticklish.
up her ankle?
Not far past the ankle.
Did he touch skin?
He's a foot guy.
He might have touched some
Yeah,
skin.
but you ask
Wow.
Because it's a low-cut shoe.
Yeah.
You ask why, but I think sometimes you get in a situation where you're like, fuck, just
yeah.
let him touch your feet so we get out of here alive.
Just
Who knows
leave.
what else he could do?
And
Right?
when, and so we finally got out. He was like, before you go, of course I'll need to take your picture. We go, what?
The time you ate the chicken.
And so he did. He took our picture.
How do you
Outside of
wait?
his
Wait!
house.
It's a souvenir.
Hold on, before you get to the picture taking, how do you know for sure that you didn't lose a couple hours of time? How do you know for sure?
Yeah. Any Rufinol? No.
You know what I mean? Like,
I was conscious.
You
And
sure?
So, yes, I was sure I was conscious because we were monitoring the clock the whole time.
Yeah, good.
You know?
It's like a UFO abduction. They lost like 3 hours. Her asshole hurts, and so does his mouth. What happened?
So, like, we got out of there, and then, I mean, we really had to make this move thing happen quick because, like, a month ago, he texted Jess.
Wait, stop. The
Yeah,
picture, because I interrupted you. Outside the house?
He took a picture of us outside the house, and then like a week later, he texted saying he would have to give us a copy of it. We went, okay. Like, why would we want a copy of it? What?
Yeah,
why would you take a picture of us?
He's a weirdo.
Yes, he is a creep.
Is what it's
I
called.
wonder how close he was to killing you guys.
To killing
and,
you.
And maybe something happened. Maybe
Maybe
his mom wasn't supposed to be in the house, or I don't know, something.
I almost got furious at Jess because we were sitting. We were on the ground level of the house in the living room, and you could see the front door, windows. This is safe territory.
So you had
there's
your
a downstairs
escape
and an
already?
upstairs, right? And so 20 minutes into being there, Jess asked for a tour.
Oh my God, what's wrong
And the
with
first thing he did
her?
was take us downstairs into his garage.
Downstairs where there's no
I go, what are you
exit.
doing?
Oh my God!
that's what
What
a
all he has to do
torture
is lock
chamber
a
is.
fucking door, and the neighbors will never hear your scream.
Exactly.
Oh.
That's fucked.
Jess is not smart with that.
no.
Like her, I mean, not as a person, but her perception of danger is not good.
No,
she really needs to stop doing it. You're crazy.
Well, after that, though, she got completely paranoid. And he texted her like a month ago and said, hey, I'm making some home improvements. You and Sam need to come by again. And she goes, what do I do? I go, just don't even respond to him. He's just a landlord. We don't have a relationship.
No, you
And
probably
so-
should respond though and make it kind of vague. Like, yeah, that sounds
Well, 6 days later, he
Oh, okay.
texted her again saying, hey, you never responded to the text message that I sent you 6 days
my
ago.
God.
I'd be surprised if your phone doesn't get texts, winky face. Oh, Jesus.
I hated your chicken.
Wow.
And your potatoes.
I shit for 3 days.
Yeah.
And so we did. That's when we started doing the blow off thing and saying, well, and then we go, yeah, we're kind of busy. Fall is bad for us. And he goes,
fall. You're saying
yes,
the entire season.
The whole
Yes.
season. When a whole season is bad for you,
fall is bad
you
for us.
know you're full of
Wow.
shit.
And his response is, no problem. I'll text you again. We'll do this sometime after Thanksgiving, but before Christmas.
Right. In the window. Well, that's good.
So then you realize
That's the window he said. And
you
so we
realize,
said,
holy shit, we got to be out of
we
there
need an apartment.
before Thanksgiving.
That gives you incentive to get the fuck out, right?
Right. And then,
where was the mom the whole time?
In her room. She doesn't leave the room.
Do you know if she's alive?
No, we met her. She seemed like she had it together.
Oh yeah.
Somewhat, but who knows? And then when Jess called him to say we were moving out, he was totally like, there was no emotion attached to it, as if we never, none of it ever.
said-
He was like, okay, that's fine.
Okay, that's fine.
And
so
then-
when do we get together again?
He goes, but I'll need your new address so I can send your deposit.
Oh, no.
I said,
just eat the deposit at this
I said
point.
he'll send it to the work address. He can have Sirius's
Okay.
address.
Yeah, the guy's I wouldn't even give him that, honestly. He's a fucking asshole, this guy.
Wow, this guy's like
He's a
weird.
fucking asshole.
It's a maniac.
He's got friends
What was in the
now.
basement?
He had the basement was connected to a garage where he
Duct
had
tape,
an
rope,
old where he had an
hammer.
old car that he and his dad had put together.
Well, you should have checked the trunk of the old car. I'm sure there's something in there.
I'd rather not know. And then in the little room downstairs, I guess he claimed he liked sound equipment, so he had some like speakers that are from the late '90s plugged into a Nageltron type TV with a VCR connected to it.
That's the tape when he's killing people.
Well, good thing
He
I
records
wasn't
it and then watches it. Oh man, this
with his
guy's
You might have
father's
been in a
gun
serial
collection.
killer's house.
Yeah,
I
you
wouldn't be
were.
surprised.
You might have been.
I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
Any lime? Did you see any lime down there?
I didn't
moths.
see.
Yeah.
Moths.
Any moths? Right.
I didn't see, but I really wouldn't be
She
surprised.
asked for a tour.
That's what I-
Holy shit.
Did he have a great big fat afro?
Yeah, I don't know why she asked for
Oh,
the tour.
my. Probably out of just nervousness.
That's like every bad movie where the girl will go like, "Oh, can we have the tour?" And the boyfriend's like, "Oh boy, here's where we die," and then
Yeah.
they do.
and
then
the serial
they
killer
die.
gets an
Yeah.
instant hard on. Like, fuck, this is easy.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Why don't I show you the basement?
When we left, Jess was driving, and she just got in the car and just started driving. We were going the completely wrong direction.
Just to leave.
get away.
Just get away.
Yeah.
Was she shaking and crying?
She's like, you. I was like, yeah, that was weird, huh? And she's like, no, you don't understand how uncomfortable
Did
that
she
made
still
me.
have chicken grease on her foot? Like where he's handling
Well,
her ankle?
She would have if he had eaten with us instead of just watching us the whole time eat. and just loading up our plate with it. She gave Jess probably 6 full-size carrots on her plate. You know how many? And he kept insisting she took 1 piece of chicken. And he stood there for like 5. No, take another one. I know you're hungry.
That's
trying
not
to get
the full dose. Dude, you have to take more.
Yeah, you might wake up.
How did you guys actually put food in your mouth?
I know.
Like, I would have
If
never
he's
done
just
it.
watching,
Yeah, I would.
that's like poison.
It just wanted it to go.
Sounds like a bad guy from Dexter. Very good.
Yeah.
Gun-toting, fucking whatever the rest of your name is from Tampa.
Just go as, because obviously he's got the OCDs things and the autism or whatever it was. And what that is it makes it so that the things, he plans things in his head.
Yeah.
So I wanted everything to just go according to what was planned in his head. So we
what
could
if it
just
was
escape.
killing you?
Well,
Of course,
except
with
for that.
poison.
Yeah. What would have happened besides fucking Sirius stock going up?
What if you
think that
started
would've
like?
happened.
What if at one point you started feeling like woozy, and you'd be like,
I would have been like, shit.
like you drugged us. Yes, I did. And then he makes the human centipede out of you and Jess.
Oh, God.
I would have gone for the mace gun.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Would you rather her lips be sewn to your asshole or your lips be sewn to her asshole?
I'd love my lips to. I mean, if I was in that situation.
Okay, yeah. And then because then you'd have to eat her shit
all the time.
as opposed to her eating your shit and you get to eat like regular food.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like her eating my shit seems very selfish.
Yeah.
But hot in a way, like dominating.
But you're a very picky eater.
I am a very...
yeah. She'd have to eat she'd probably rather eat your shit, too. So the food that she'd have to eat to make you happy.
Yeah. Might as well be shit.
Shit in your dumb mouth.
I want Sam to prove to us that he didn't lose track of time. Man.
I didn't. I stayed conscious. I looked
How
at
do
the
you know,
clock.
though?
So because we were very observant of the clocks, because we said, we'll get there.
What if he's fucking moving the clocks,
Ah.
Oh, no. Moving the clocks.
Yeah, like
moving them backwards.
He moved them back. He's got it all planned out. Like
all of a
you
sudden
said.
you're out cold, but then you wake up and you're like, oh, look, nothing happened. It's still 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, and he like...
the clothes don't feel like quite right on you.
Right,
like they're not sitting on you
they're
right.
askew.
You gotta kind of adjust your shirt. You're like, why is this?
Your underwear's to the right just a little too
it's
much.
Like,
Like,
what? One of my left nuts hanging out the leg of my underwear. I hate when that happens.
And he's got an area where he has like raccoons and stuff. He feeds them outside of his house.
Dude,
he's
like
crazy.
people
This
try
is
to get
really
those.
creepy.
Those are pesky. You just went through a whole ordeal trying to get.
They're pests.
Yeah,
and he feeds them.
He feeds them. He tries to.
You know what he
attract them.
feeds them? His victims.
Yeah,
fingers.
I was hoping kibble.
They're his friends. He has no friends.
And how do you know you ate
apparently, right?
chicken?
Yeah.
Maybe it was one of his raccoon buddies that died.
I hope it was, and it looked. And
How was it prepared? Was it regular like bone chicken? Was it chicken cutlet?
It was boned chicken.
Okay, like chicken parts, like legs and
Yes.
wings and breast and
yes,
stuff.
different parts.
Okay.
And what was the seasoning?
I don't know. It was marinated in something and then
God.
baked.
Cum. It was
I hope it
marinated in
wasn't-
his own cum and the blood of his victims,
I sure hope it wasn't semen and blood.
and then whisked. They have to whisk that to get it together. Oh wow, that is creepy.
Yeah, we might. I mean, he doesn't. I told, and then this is how Jess, like, you said, a perception of danger. I go, just give him my phone number and say, Sam's being bad about time. Just deal with him. I said, start giving him my phone number. He'll stop texting you. Give him my phone number. And she goes, no, because then when I want to move, you'll tell me everything's fine because you're dealing with it. And I said, what's worse?
Oh, really?
So deal with him then. What's worse?
They're calling it the silence of the Sams. Actually, Joe W. gets the credit on that.
Silence
Up
of
there
the
in Boston.
Did the rancher make you perform fellatio? Did he make you listen to special delivery? No, he's very decent, man.
Was he wearing an Opie and Anthony t-shirt? Because this sounds very familiar.
No.
Okay.
You will let me know if Sam stops screaming.
And then we had to. Jess made me get a lock, like a chain or a deadbolt or something for the inside of our door.
Fuck.
Because she was then. I forget who reminded her that he's our landlord. He has keys.
You put Afro Sheen in your hair, but not today. Silence of the Sams. Oh, that's great. Multiple MiG should have thrown jism in your face.
Well, that was my role.
Exactly. Sam would have made the yummy noise and went back for more. Just hung out in front of the cell.
Catching it like peanuts.
Why did he need a photo of you guys?
I don't know.
You think he was jerking off to the photo?
I hope not, but it's a possibility.
You think? Of course he was. He was holding her tootsies.
Maybe that's his thing.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just his thing, and you're lucky.
So, Sam, what happened with the chicken?
I don't know.
They're going to find those photos in a little secret compartment. In Frederica Bimmel's house.
He could also be doing it in stages, so you got to get the fuck away from this guy.
Yes.
Maybe he starts with photos and jerking off on just his face. Sorry to say that.
But
then it leads up to him slicing your throat, letting you bleed out while he has sex with your girl.
Well, if you make it, if I'm on the show on Friday, you'll know I'm okay.
When are you moving?
Friday.
He's going to be waiting.
Does he know what you do for a living? He might be listening to
So
this
you're going to
right
have to leave a forwarding address for mail.
No. I mean, I never.
At the post office.
I still get half my mail sent to my parents' house anyway. So.
Okay.
Of course you do.
I have an address.
Bobby
you
can
use
organize
for,
it nicely for
the
you.
check too.
Oh, your parents are going.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay, great.
He's going to be after your parents then.
Yeah, whatever.
You ever see T2?
You know what?
Terminator 2?
Oh yes.
He goes over to the parents' house.
Whoosh, they've lived a long life. They got their.
I have a feeling Sam's father could take care of himself.
Yeah, they probably do have some.
Is this guy? What's this guy look like?
You
You got to pick a celebrity. Is there?
He doesn't look. He's not.
John Wayne Gacy.
He's not terribly weird looking. He looks
like a clown. He comes out, a little painting.
He looks a lot less weird than than I thought when I heard his voice, but his eyes dart.
Oh, shit.
Not like Stevie.
Like Stevie? Oh.
But like he's got like crazy eyes.
Crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Like they're open wide, you could see everything, but they're all like you don't know what's going on behind them, and there's like he's not completely in touch with what's going on.
And who does he look like? Like is he big build?
No,
slight?
No, he's he's not skinny, but he's shorter than me.
Could he overpower you? Do you think?
Well, I mean, he probably has a rage in him that would be hard
With
to
the craziness.
Yeah,
yeah. The crazy people usually have
You're
that
fucking
strength.
nut. I would never
would
have gone
never
against my
gone
instincts
over
and
that.
never do that, man.
Yeah.
No, always stick with your instincts.
Never put your chick in danger like that. Never. You don't mean to, but chicks.
She didn't help the situation.
She
with
was
the
awful.
tour.
She was
Holy
awful.
crap.
She was terrible.
she was a hindrance.
Never be nice.
You probably would have left her behind, Sam.
To eat a stranger's food when he's sitting there not eating. Even James Bond, wouldn't drink the drink unless the bad guy drank some.
Or he'd switch him.
And usually you switch him, yeah.
It's very smart.
You would have done
Yeah, him
that.
and Jess should have just switched it. That would have been smart.
Yeah.
Then they drug each other.
Yeah, they're both drunk with them.
I just don't know how you ate the food
A limp,
without him
drunk
eating.
Jess. That would be so cool. He picks her up, carries her into the room.
What's
You're
cool
just
about
passed
that?
out. You're just passed out at the table. You're facing the chicken.
Like Clockwork Orange.
Ah. And he just picks her up. She's all, her hair is like down, and he just bringing her into a room, and you just like, you see he lays her on the bed, and then the door shuts, and you hear
And he didn't peel the carrots.
What?
That's weird as
He left
hell.
carrot skin on?
Yes.
How did he prepare the carrots?
That's where all the nutrients
Put
are.
him in he had it was at least 2, maybe 3 full bags of carrots that you get at a grocery store.
You wanted to put him in Jess's vagina and then put on a bunny outfit and fucking do a shining moment.
Why is he obsessed with carrots?
I don't know.
he
He
really
opened
likes
all
them
3
carrots.
bags. He poured them out.
3 bags of carrots for 2 people.
He cut like the top and the bottom off of them. And then he just put them into a pot. I said I preferred raw vegetables.
While you were passing out, he'd take a few bites of the carrot and go, what's up, cock? And then he'd have his
And then
dick
he'd have his little
out.
dick
Yeah,
out, yeah.
and you'd laugh as you pass out and get a big dick in your ass.
Oh, man. No, I didn't. That didn't end up happening.
So he
No.
boiled your carrots?
No, but I ate mine raw. And my potato raw. Because that's how I get down.
Was it a cold potato?
Yeah, well, you put it in cold water and then...
That's good because he couldn't have done
that
anything
good?
with it, really.
It's really good.
No,
A
but
cold potato's good?
Oh,
likes
they're
raw
really starchy.
potatoes. They're
Very starchy.
Is that better for you?
You slice it, yeah.
They're horrible.
They're very
They
starchy.
start with salt, right?
They're
Yeah,
horrible.
you slice it
I've
up.
tried it. It sucks.
No, they're good.
It really
And
does
it's
suck.
crunchy and cold. It feels fresh.
But that's a raw foodist would probably like that, right?
Oh, I bet, yeah. I would eat raw potato every day. Except not at my landlord's house.
No.
This is
Kiss you later. Eating a potato.
This is a very good question coming in. Where's Jess right now? He might listen to the show and realize this is his last chance.
That would be horrible.
What's
if he
in
was
the
listening.
box? What's in the box?
I know, it's a Tupperware with his hair in it.
Silence of the Sams.
Hey, if he did cut her head off, at least your mom would save it. You don't have to worry about it. You'd be able to talk to her.
Yeah, at least you could visit it. Like you could do your hair. JD in New York City, you know for a fact that 2 hours before he served them, those carrots were buried in his hairy asshole.
No, I saw them in the bag.
You sure?
Don't matter. He could have put them back in the
He
bag.
could have put
Might have been a little
back in the bag.
trickery.
Oh, he's just getting off. Yeah, you like those carrots, don't you?
Yeah.
He had him up his.
I would love to
tiny
know what
hole.
his thing is. Obviously, well, I'm not even going to say obviously. But it doesn't seem like a serial killer,
I
but
think
he's
he's
into
into
some weird
Jess.
shit.
He's
Why did he
into Jess.
prepare so much food?
He's an asshole, that's why. The
So
guy's a
much.
fucking asshole and a kook. The only bigger assholes are you two for going over there. He's a foot fetish. He wants to suck. He wants Jess to stand on his face.
Oh,
he wants
yeah.
to worship her feet.
Yeah.
3 bags of carrots?
He wouldn't
3
hurt
bags.
Those represent toes.
And he's making baked potatoes.
How many baked
Yeah.
potatoes for
Bigger
2
toes.
people?
So yeah,
Yeah.
he's not gonna eat. He's like,
Why would he invite you over and not eat?
He's a dickhead. That's
He's
why.
like, I'll make 4 potatoes, and Jess goes, well, Sam's not gonna have a baked potato. And you could. This is why I'm saying his mind is just like he's got a plan. He's gonna go through.
Yeah.
He goes, well, I'll make 4 just in case.
Of what?
Potatoes.
He makes 4 potatoes, and one is served.
Here's what you should have said. We got something for you in the car. Jess, let's go grab it. I can't even wait. And she would have went, what? He'd go, what? He'd go, no, come on, we brought it for you. We have to bring it in.
no.
And then he would have heard,
Peel out.
But the problem with your plan, Jess would be like, we didn't bring him anything.
yeah, I know.
Decide.
But I didn't even tell her
Jess.
about it. I didn't even tell her about it. It's a big surprise. But it's going to take 2 of us to carry it. It's her teeth if she keeps talking.
And then he'd have gone, Jess, you stay here. I'll go help get it.
Yeah, well, if it's that big, yeah, I'll help.
Yeah.
Carry
You
it.
said,
help
no,
get it.
it's a surprise. It's got a lot of pictures of Jess's feet. You're going to love it.
Sam, hear me out. There's another take on this whole thing.
Sam's a cuckold.
You don't make a lot of money.
No.
Why not fucking sacrifice a little foot fetish thing to get free fucking rent?
So you think sacrifice Jess?
Oh, yeah.
Not totally, but maybe hint to Jess that it would be a good idea to take her moccasins off and maybe walk all over the guy.
Yeah, suck that nigga's tootsies.
Man. Oh, no.
You could have got free rent, man.
Make some kind of deal. I would
Make
have
a
to
little
watch
deal.
to make sure it didn't get out of hand.
Yeah.
Insist that rent is free from now on.
Does
Why not?
Jess have like cute feet?
I think so. I mean, I'm not a
Got
foot
pictures?
fetish. No, I don't have pictures
You want to
of
come
her
over for
feet.
dinner?
No, I don't. Actually.
You got videos of her toes crinkling up?
Yeah,
Foot
yeah,
fetish
you got
guys
that.
like that when the toes crinkle.
Toes crinkle.
What is that about?
I don't know.
I don't get that.
Sometimes I'll Google the word meaty, like because I'm looking for a meaty pussy, so I'll like go look up meaty on a dirty site, and then meaty feet comes up because foot guys love a meaty foot.
A meaty foot.
I never got that.
No.
I know when I'm looking at a horrible fucking foot, but besides that,
I like a meaty puss though.
yeah, I know.
Did people are suggesting you want to see Jess with another guy, and that's why you brought her over?
No, I have no
You
desire.
would be the cuckold.
Really? You wouldn't want to see it?
No, I wouldn't.
That'd be hot.
How do you know you don't have cameras in your apartment right now?
We painted.
Oh,
Yeah, but-
man.
so he's got
Did he compliment the paint before you mentioned it? You missed a spot on the third wall.
And before you change the locks, are you positive that he was never in your place when you both were at work?
Who can be? How can you
Anything
be?
could be a camera.
How can you be? He's
how-
fucking keys.
He's got keys.
No,
He could
how
be
can you be
sniffing-
positive he wasn't?
Oh.
He could
Put
be
it this
sniffing
way.
Jess's underwear.
toilet
I
cam.
would so put a camera in there.
Well, I mean, he could be there. He could be there right now. Technically, we got a chain on the door,
Oh yeah,
which
that
we
keeps
chain.
people out, yeah.
Well, you know, when we're there, but
when
you
you're
can't,
there, you can't chain it when you're
not there.
Here's what
there.
you do. Put some baby powder on the fucking floor. When you walk out, when the last one walks out, take baby powder and put it all over the floor on the inside. And this way, if he walks in, the fucking footprint will be there. And
He'll
you'll
just take his finger and spell "you motherfuckers" in the powder. I'm gonna kill you.
I feel like the cat wouldn't have been safe if he was there, or the cat would have done something weird.
Yeah, fucking pissed
Cat.
behind the sofa and hid.
Yeah, what the
While you
fuck is
two
a
are bludgeoned to
cat?
death. Cats suck.
Maybe you replaced your cat.
No, Bruiser Brody is
I
Bruiser
didn't
Brody.
know. Here's a guy that's got
There's
a
only
little,
one.
guy.
here's a
only
guy
one
that's got a little
bruiser.
insight on the vegetable thing.
Oh no.
Kyle and Callie.
Yeah, Fred Quinlan. Hello.
Hey, bro.
Love you guys on the show. Hey, I remember when we were kids, the old man, the day before he was about to kill a pig, he would feed it up on vegetables. It would make the meat taste a lot sweeter.
Ah, so you fill it up on vegetables like carrots and stuff.
way
And then when you slaughter it, oh, look at Obama. He's busting a move in India.
He's the nerdiest black guy in history.
He's in Pankot Palace with the kids.
Oh, he's
Kalima. Some guy's trying to rip his heart out.
doing a little Bollywood for everybody.
Is that what it is?
A little Bollywood. So they feed the vegetables and make it taste better.
But there was no slaughtering.
Yeah, but maybe something went wrong with his plan.
He had the opportunity if he was going to. At least he had the opportunity to attempt it. He never attempted.
I would bet anything he's got at least one semi-clad picture of Jess.
You think
that he took somehow? It's his place.
Through the window? What
he
floor?
knows how through the window.
It's the floor above the it's technically the second floor. You'd have to get on a ladder to take a picture through the window.
He's the landlord. He could be on the ladder.
Dude, what would you have done if, I don't know, you went to the bathroom, whatever, and all of a sudden you're just a little curious, so you look in the bathtub and there's just a fucking victim in there.
A body.
Well, I mean, I would be alarmed.
Would you?
Oh, God.
He probably would have alerted the authorities and moved out immediately.
Would you have
I would have left the Nageltron behind, that's
But if
for
you
sure.
see something like that, would you have your senses to actually be able to do something, or you'd be just frozen in fear?
If I saw a body in his house when I was there, I would...
How do you know you would have enough of your senses left?
Knowing myself, I believe I would freeze up, and then there would obviously be something wrong, but I wouldn't, I would avoid eye contact with him. I would whisper to Jess, let's go.
Were you at any...
And she'd go, why do you want to go? What's in the tub? A booty. Whose booty?
I would leave immediately.
Were there any points where you were looking around for a suitable weapon if something had gone down? Were you looking...
There were not any points where I was not doing that.
Oh, okay.
All
And where was
points.
the mace gun again?
It was in the kitchen on the table. But
Just
it was
on a table?
It was in his package. It was brand new.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's
like
still
he
in the
bought it
package.
from whatever.
Oh, good. Brand
He
new.
was-
Firearms
he
place
was
or
By
trying
the
to-
way, that's illegal. Illegal to own.
Arrest this man.
And he was trying to intimidate you guys a little bit.
Where is it? New York City or up
No,
in
suburbs.
Oh, suburbs, right? Yeah, might not be. Yeah. So what did you think would have been the best weapon for you to have, and what would you have done with it?
All I was doing was looking for blunt objects.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to. We're not looking at a scenario where there's going to be a fight. What you need is a blunt object.
A fight. Sam and the landlord.
A blunt object for one swift blow that would be
Right.
enough of a distraction to then exit immediately.
The swift blow.
Yeah.
Would have been what you were witnessing as you were falling asleep. How great would it be is like you see them fucking and you're all passed out, and then you hear her going, come on, faster. I think he's almost asleep.
Oh, my God. She was in on it the whole time.
And he has a big, skinny landlord cock.
Oh, no.
That would be horrible.
How bad would that twist be? She
hot.
was in on it the whole time.
that would be
would I
terrible.
love that.
I would
my
hate
God.
that.
Let's go to Chris in Alabama. Chris.
Would be bad news.
Alabama mayor.
How's it going? I
Hey.
had a landlord one time that was almost like Sam's there. I grew up in Buffalo, New York, and me and my wife at the time, this was our first apartment. We went to work one morning, and we lived on an upstairs apartment. We had two doors, downstairs that led into the house, and then we went upstairs, and there was a second door up there. Well, every day when I left, I would always leave the top one unlocked and lock the bottom door. That day I came home, I found it weird that the doors were reverse locked.
Oh,
shit.
Guy slipped up.
Yeah, so I went upstairs with my wife, and when we did, we walked into the bedroom. All our underwear was pulled out of the drawer and laid out across the floor.
Whoa.
Why would he put the underwear back?
I have no idea.
Oh, he's lazy.
And you
pervert.
know what my guy did say while we were over there? He said, yeah, I see they've been doing some work to the outside of the building. I drive by just to see what the building looks like from time to time.
Oh, no.
He's trying to get a glimpse of Jess.
He said that.
You got to uglier her up a little bit.
You think she's just
You got to scar her face.
Good
too
luck.
good looking for
Scar
her
her
own good?
Scar her face up. Just cut her up a
Just
little
one
bit.
of those scars where she could still go through life where it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had called the cops, and when the cops showed up, the cops told us that there was a history with this landlord that he did this with every tenant.
and that it was a regular thing. He
How
would
is it
just
legal?
But how is he allowed to be a landlord
You think he would-
if it's a regular thing?
You signed the lease.
yeah.
It's in the
I
lease.
can put your underwear out across your back.
Small print.
Yeah.
You could fucking take the underwear and put it on the floor.
Yeah.
Why doesn't
Yeah.
the guy put the underwear back?
Yeah. Well, because he wants to be noticed.
Sure.
He does have a key, right, to your place.
The landlord must. I mean,
Yeah. So he could gain access to that
Yeah,
place
and you can't
anytime
lock the
he wants.
door. You only can
if
lock it.
I'm in there, I could put that little chain on.
And-
Yeah,
Just try to get
Oh,
through
yeah.
that.
Chain works so
that's
well
great,
in the
Sam.
movies too.
Yeah.
The chain.
We tried to get a one of those bar locks, but
Yeah.
didn't fit on the door.
All right, Chris.
Oh boy.
Well, why don't we take a break?
Jess is very unhappy. I'm telling this story on the
Why?
air.
Why?
She's very scared that
Silence of the Sams is a great
this,
story.
you know, is going to become. He's going to find
Yeah.
out about this, and we're not going to make it to Friday.
You'll make it to Friday.
She's texting me right now saying, you know, what are you doing?
Yeah, you probably
be-
should have waited till next week.
You guys asked.
Well, give us an update.
Exactly. Have her go over there for a little while for
He
some
probably
foot
knows
kissing.
he probably knows way more about you than you think.
Beverages. What'd you have for beverage?
Oh, he kept trying to get us to drink alcohol. Like he kept saying we have I have all kinds of wines. He had like 6 different kinds of beers. I was like,
Did he
we
buy all
both-
this stuff just for the big barbecue?
Yes. And he kept
Trying to
like
booze you two up.
4 times throughout the afternoon, early evening. He kept offering different kinds of wines and beers and
Loosen
alcohols,
you up.
whatever. And we kept just saying, just seltzer water, please. Just seltzer water, please.
Seltzer water.
Just bottled water that we brought, please.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then he goes, okay, well, I'll have a drink. And then he started drinking his scotch, which he enjoyed.
Oh shit. Maybe he's just a nice guy that has
He's not-
horrible
no,
social skills.
He rubbed her fucking feet. He's
did
a
rub her
foot
foot.
guy, dude.
Good
He
point.
wants to suck her toes. He wants her to jerk him off with her feet.
I ate his chicken with a nice seltzer water.
That's true. A mulatto tried to question me once.
Idealistically, I'd like to think he's just has poor social graces. To me, I felt
Yeah.
like a lot of the way he acted was like if intern David, when he grows up, if he just stayed in that sort of
wow, really?
develop like just
Retarded
well, those
stunted developmentally.
They turn into killers, by the way.
Which again, that would be not the idealistic turn, but
Have
the
you,
more realistic.
Have you looked into his background or anything on some of the
I did
websites that are available?
I'll tell you, I like that iPhone has a sex offender app because check that. He's not there.
He doesn't have that, but
Why? He hasn't gotten caught.
did you check out his criminal background?
Oh no, I should on
Things
the
like
thing
that?
that
Yeah, the thing. Danny uses that.
Yeah,
thing. Yeah.
No, I will do that though.
Use the thing.
I
Try
will.
the thing.
Why?
See if
Those
he's
are a bunch of lies.
Oh no!
You're going to besmirch a good man saying he was doing things in the schoolyard with his trousers down. It's a pack of lies. There was a bee flew into my underpants. The boy was trying to help me get the bee away.
Poor Uncle Paul has flyers all over his neighborhood with his face on it.
I thought I was popular. I thought they was welcoming me till a bunch of the fathers dragged me out of my house. Hit me, spreading lies.
Sam, we got a very good idea coming in.
Oh, cool.
And we just want to make sure you guys are safe.
Thanks.
Kathy M. from Connecticut writes, maybe Ann should let Jess stay at the house for the week.
That is a good idea.
It's not a bad idea,
If you
Sam.
two of us stayed
No. You'd have to stay at the apartment
Why?
and sit in with
he's
the
not-
lights off
so
in the
he-
corner.
No, so he's not suspicious. You know, he doesn't think.
But
he's
then you
onto
catch him. You
Right.
catch him, but she wouldn't be in danger. So you're sitting there in the corner with the lights off, with a baseball bat, just waiting for the door to open. Jess is safe and sound at my house.
But what if I just did that and Jess was in the other room anyway?
No, do you watch movies? Do you know
Sometimes
how that
I
would
do.
end up?
What's wrong
Somehow
with you?
it would end up with a knife to her throat,
Right.
with him going, drop the bat. And it's like, how did she get into trouble like that? If it's
If
just
she
you,
was at
it's fine.
at the Cumia compound.
That's right. She'd be, downstairs at the bar, maybe,
Yeah.
having some seltzer water.
She did get to see the setup for the first time recently. I mean, she's
she-
very impressed. She loved the movie theater.
The movie theater,
with the
yeah,
popcorn
yeah.
machine. She got to see, the bar, the karaoke,
She
the
can,
studio.
she'd have the run of the place.
Wow,
That's fine.
I mean, it's a nice offer, but
Tell
Just
her
to look
wear
out
the-
for her, though, right? Just
the
to look
bunny
out for her.
ears that she wore on
you like the
Halloween.
bunny ear?
Yeah.
Kenny made a very creepy comment about the bunny ears.
What did he say?
I want her to hop on my face. That was me, sorry.
Actually, he's going to get really mad that I said this on the air, but mid-sentence, while she was talking, He asked her a question. She's answering, and he
He
looks at
pulled
her.
his pockets out.
No, he looks at her dead in the face and
okay.
says, "I can't get over how sexy you look in those rabbit ears."
He was talking to your television.
The Nageltron.
Nageltron doesn't have rabbit ears.
Oh, no. There's another scenario here. I'm trying to remember the name of the movie. Ant will know.
What
But
movie?
how about you fucking set a trap?
A booby trap?
And you are waiting for this guy in your apartment dressed as Jess with the Jess wig.
That was Nighthawks.
Nighthawks, thank
That's
you.
right.
I would just have my
You call
back
it
to the
chicken
door.
hawks.
You'd be washing dishes with your back.
Right.
Yeah.
He can only see your back, thinking it's Jess.
I would have to crouch down a little bit because I'm much taller than she
Yes,
is.
you have that
very good.
fucking horrendous shit on your head.
That's
Oh,
my
my
hair.
God.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
You have a more girly body.
Wow. I mean,
Young girl.
What's Thelma doing here?
there's a masculinity to it.
Wearing her moccasins.
Exactly. You're a tough guy when you're shaving your pussy in the shower. Ooh, Jim.
Oh my God, you got to hear this one.
What happened?
I was trying not to go phone topic with bad landlords, but this one, holy shit.
Well, it'll make everybody feel better if there are
No,
worse
this is-
landlords than mine,
listen to
and
this.
Jess will feel better.
Listen to this one. Rachel on Long Island. What part of Long Island, Rachel?
Mount Sinai.
All right, I just want to go a little local today. What do you got?
I had a landlord once. Me and my boyfriend were living together, and he had a disabled son who was like 29 or 30.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
One night I woke up because I had this like really weird feeling, and I look over and I see him just sitting at the end of my bed staring at me.
What?
Was he holding a lawnmower blade?
You woke up in the middle of the night and this disabled adult is at the end of on your bed.
I aim to kill you
with it.
Huh?
Yeah, he was just sitting there staring at me. It was really weird.
So
I
what-
moved out after that.
What'd you do?
Nothing. He just he sat there and he was, I hadn't really opened my eyes all the way. They were just kind of squinted open, and I made like I was yawning, and I rolled over to my boyfriend and I tapped him a few times, and he kind of coughed a little bit, and I was like, "Sit the fuck up and look down at the end of the bed because you're not gonna fucking believe this." And he wakes up and he just flips the shit. He chases the guy out of the house. He calls the landlord.
What the fuck are you doing with that hammer?
How long after that did you move out?
Oh, 2 days later.
And you were safe?
This should have blown the guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should have blown the guy.
These suggestions, I don't know about sucking the toes and blowing the guy. I don't know if these are good suggestions.
Have him leave happy. All right, Rachel. Thank you.
No problem.
We should break.
It's nice to know that there are people with worse landlords, and they ended safely, so that'll make Jess feel
landlords
better.
in general are really, really creepy.
They are, man. If it's a house or something,
They're
it's
really creepy.
You know what it is? They have
I
access
used
to
hate
everybody's
having
private
fucking
lives.
landlords.
Yeah.
It's
That's
if you have
just-
access
they're
to
the
people's
Lord.
private lives, it's got to be tempting to look. Man.
Lord of the
course.
land.
That's why I said wherever we move, it's just a company that owns a building.
Yeah.
Just corporate, anonymous. There's no deals. There's no negotiating.
No dinners.
This is it.
With lots of carrots.
All business.
And how much chicken?
There was enough chicken to serve 10 people, literally.
Are you exaggerating for the
no,
radio?
No. Enough chicken
10
to serve 10
people.
people and have everybody leave full and with a smile on their face.
Wow.
All right, well.
Lots of chicken.
Yeah.
I mean, at least 15 pieces of chicken.
God damn it. Big Beto's right from El Paso. Hey, Hope, you realize that the three of you are now going to have to testify at this guy's double murder trial.
Yeah.
Is
Would-
it double?
would-
What is it? Double? Who's the victims with the double murder?
You guys.
Oh man.
We'll try our best to get the death penalty for this guy for
Yeah.
you and Jess.
That'll be a memory
try.
thing. We'll make T-shirts with your faces
Yeah,
on them.
we'll
It's
try.
R.I.P. and buttons, and they'll be like in front of the building. There'll be like candles and flowers, and the
A
news
vigil.
will be here.
Yeah, well-
Here's where the gruesome murder took place
We'll have a walkathon for
of
Jess.
the beloved Jess and stupid Sam.
It won't even be about you anymore because she's really good
Oh,
looking.
people just look
Is
at
that what it is?
Yeah, the
All
media will
they
pick up
got
on
is-
how
yeah.
hot she is, and you'll just be like, "Oh yeah," and her dumb boyfriend.
They'd just be like, everyone would read the story and wouldn't even care the story is. They'd be like, what is she doing with him?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
But I'm trying to pursue a career in entertainment.
Yeah, well.
Wow.
You're not going to be much of a career if you're dead.
You're right.
You gotta smarten up, kid.
You should record a lot of Hits 1 shows so your voice could go on for the next few months.
Like Michael
Billy
Jackson
Mays.
and Tupac.
Right.
Yes.
So you should start recording that now.
Yeah.
Just start voice tracking like crazy.
Yep.
Would you have been more comfortable
Yeah.
if you had a gun?
Oh yeah, I would like.
Say?
And the longer this conversation goes on, the more I want a gun this evening.
See, exactly. See?
I wish.
Guns are just they're the great equalizer.
A nice little gun right under the bed, right next to where I'm sleeping, just in case.
Be great. Just
know.
rack a shotgun.
A lot of people asking if we would have Jim C help with the investigation. I don't know. I think Jim C's too busy to deal with the guy with the carrots and the fucking potatoes and the fucking chicken.
He was a bunny, Sam. A bunny. Don't arrest that man. He wasn't black.
They dusted for fingerprints on the moccasin.
Yeah. There was saliva on the girl's toes. And there was a little bit of carrot under the nail. We believe the perpetrator was eating carrots. He was African American. We found his hair all over. Oh, no, that was Sam. Not you, Sam. The other Sam.
Sam?
Yeah. The Asian Sam is the one with the good radio show.
We found ground up baby aspirin on the chicken. It's a girl. Her name is Jess.
Yeah. We thought it was semen. It was just a little bit of... It was just a little bit of salted milk with crackers in it. What kind of milk is that?
Buttermilk.
Buttermilk. He had buttermilk in his pants.
If there was a scenario where he was in the apartment at night, and I woke up and shot him, would I be okay?
It depends.
Well, he's the
Don't shoot him in the
landlord.
back,
Right.
man. Never shoot him in the back.
It does give him access to the place.
But what if he had to break the chain?
Still, it could have claimed some kind of emergency. His family could claim there was some kind of a gas leak. Maybe
you're
he
fucked.
needed to get
Oh,
in.
shit.
No, you need to feel as if your life is being threatened before you could use deadly physical force.
Can I make something up?
An intruder, I think you can
Yes,
shoot.
you can lie.
I think you can shoot an intruder.
Yeah, but there'd be a lot of fucking shit going on with the landlord. If you would blast the landlord, because he does legally have access to the place, so you can't just get him for breaking into the house.
But if I said his hands were going towards my neck,
and I felt as if my life was threatened, maybe.
Depends on the jury.
That would go to grand jury.
Depends on the
It
jury.
would go to grand jury. If he had a weapon on him, you'd be better off.
Fingers crossed.
If he killed Jess, you'd be fine.
Yeah, but then I would not be. Jess would be deceased, and that would be a
You're
shame.
still alive, and you got to shoot somebody.
That would be great.
Sam, what you have to do is go way uptown and get an illegal gun.
Oh, no.
Have
that's
that in
a
your apartment.
fucking couple of years mandatory if
Hear
you get
me
caught.
out.
All
It's
right.
not for him.
Oh.
But you fucking put it in his hand after you
drop
fucking
it.
kill him.
A drop gun.
Get a little
drop gun.
little
yes.
handkerchief, and just like on the TV shows,
Yes,
dust off the prints.
Dust it off and then wrap his hand around it to get his prints on it.
Yeah.
And then, but we saw the powder burns. Weren't close enough, Sam.
We knew he had fired a shot, Sam.
He gets mad.
There were fish sticks all over the floor. We knew a child had been eating. Mr. Monahan, would you, Detective Monahan, stop masturbating over the girl's body. I understand she has nice feet. The girl's name was Abigail.
She wore rabbit ears.
They found 6 chickens. They found 6 chickens and some potatoes with codeine on them. He knocked him out with codeine.
All from one episode. We never saw another episode.
I know. That's all you needed was
Stupid
one.
Abigail. Hey,
Abigail.
good old Heather Heights is on the phone. Heather,
Oh.
Hey.
well, you got a landlord story.
Yeah, when I was in my 20s, I went over to my landlord's house and told him I would be late with the rent.
Uh-oh.
And he had me sit down on the couch next to him. And I looked down, and he's got his cock out.
Wow.
It's time to pay the rent.
That's just a guy who wanted to get his dick sucked. That's all it is.
Wow, Sam.
Oh wow, you're
even
observant.
hard.
On top of things.
Really?
It wasn't even hard. He was just kind of had it between his 2 fingers and his thumb.
Oh, really?
Wiggling it back and forth and looking at me. And I backed out of the room.
You backed out of the room?
I got up and just walked backwards out of the room and was like, I gotta go over
back to the and our houses. I could touch his house like out my window. They were.
Is that what you call it?
Was that big?
Why wouldn't you just blow the guy, get free rent? What the fuck?
He's
Suggestions?
Huh?
He was creepy.
Yeah, well, of course, but
You know, not creepy landlords never ask you to blow them.
want free
Right.
rent.
Free rent. It's free rent.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Times are tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Times are tough. Exactly. That's
All right,
recession.
All right.
There
See
you
you
go.
later, bye.
Bye. We should take a break. We've gone forever.
Righty.
Hey, by the way, I didn't even mention it, but Brian Regan is stopping by.
Oh, yeah.
today.
Hey.
It's been a long fucking time.
Yeah.
Oh, I got some tenants. Oh,
landlord.
That's all I have on Regan.
Yeah. Oh,
I wouldn't mind seeing Brian's acting. It's been a long time since I've seen him on stage,
Yeah.
but I know it's just going to depress me.
He's so funny.
He's
so
really
fucking
fucking
funny.
good, man. Where's he? He's doing the.
I don't even know what he's doing.
I know he's not doing Poughkeepsie the 19th and 20th of this month because that's what I'm doing. Bananas. That's not about this plug. Regan is where? I wouldn't have his plug yet.
Yeah, we'll find out.
We'll get his plug after
We'll
break.
figure
it out after the
Sure
break.
he's sold out.
The Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Of course, that's the great Brian Regan playing that for everybody because he's in studio to say hi to us. I noticed you're not even really plugging anything. You were in town for the New York Comedy Festival and said, "Hey, I gotta see my old friends Opie and Anthony."
Yes.
I mean, there are dates and stuff, but they're a little down the road. Nothing pressing, I see.
I plug things I've already done.
Yeah,
that's a good.
I do it backwards.
I've never seen that. How does that
2
work
weeks
out
ago,
for
I
you?
was in Albuquerque.
How's that work out for you? Well,
yeah. I
Are
don't
you
have
on?
it figured out yet.
I see you're on Twitter, but do you tweet a lot?
Not much.
Yeah, I know. You're one of those guys I get frustrated by because Twitter's made for you.
Well,
You should be tweeting, Brian.
no, I can't think of interesting things. I don't know.
Yeah, it is one of those things that's like, I notice the more I drink, the more I'll tweet. People can always tell if I've been down in a few because
Drunk tweeting.
every 3 seconds I'm commenting on some commercial on TV. Why are they bringing out those potato chips? I wouldn't use just uninteresting crap.
What if every tweet was, "I just ordered another beer"?
It's not a bad idea. I'd follow it. I'd follow that.
Down the hatch.
I just ordered my 9th shot.
I think Twitter is going to go away. I think it's. Really? Yeah, I really do.
I don't know.
The novelty of it is going to
Lady
wear
Gaga
off.
has 7 million people.
I know, but the novelty of the whole thing's going to wear off. It's kind of exciting now because it's brand new and stuff.
But it's more than a novelty. It's kind of a
it'll become something else.
multiple text thing. Yeah. It'll mutate into some.
It
other
has to
computer
mutate or
bullshit.
it's in trouble.
Does Lady Gaga have the most?
Yeah.
The most of anybody? More than like the president of the United States?
He's third or fourth. Yep.
Obama's a bore to follow on Twitter.
He follows 197,000 people.
Well, his stuff has to be so screened. He's not going to write anything off the cuff, you know? Hey, I had the king of Morocco over. What a jerk. You know? Everything's got to be so...
Then get off Twitter.
Yeah, definitely.
If you can't beat someone up, then what's
the White
what
House
good is it?
press team has to fucking look
I'm
through it.
sure.
You think they have
Well.
a few doozies that they have to tell the president? Oh, we can't do this.
I mean,
one."
who wants to get a tweet that says, "Keep hope alive"?
Exactly.
That's right, I forgot about that. I got to keep it alive.
Let's get the vote out. Yeah.
Mr. President, you can't write Hillary has fat legs. What a CNT. I ran out of characters. We understand that.
I ran out of characters.
Should I add it to that?
That's pretty much what Obama tweets, though.
Obama called me at my house.
No.
He called me at my house in Las Vegas.
This is a bit. We doing a bit?
Isn't that scary?
He actually called you?
He called me
Yeah.
at my house.
Yeah.
But he's not the brightest guy because he said he was calling for Harry Reid. And I'm like, Barack, Harry Reid doesn't live here, and the man don't listen. He just keeps talking. I'm like, Barack, you got the wrong number. Yes, that was a bit. That was a bit.
No, I didn't. I just
I
fucked
have
up.
to
but-
confess, that was
I'm
officially.
calling for
But,
Harry
Brian,
Reid.
Can I tell you something? Because I do have to apologize. I really Your acting's really good. I really thought Obama called your house. so I'm the idiot in the end. Okay, I wasn't.
You should give like acting awards for comedy bits.
Two Jews walk into a bar. Are these fictional Jews? Were their families slaughtered in the war? Good.
I want to confess.
Two real Jews.
I just want to confess I wasn't trying to be a jerk. I really thought.
No, that's fine.
They own it, but is there a lien on it? Who is the lien holder?
Fucking.
You're out there in Vegas. Are you very political at all? Did you keep tabs on the old Harry Reid and how he actually stayed in office there?
A little bit, yeah. I don't follow it that closely. I just love the negative ads. I think we talked about that last time. With
every 2 years, 4 years.
Yeah, but this year was really good.
Yeah,
some of these ads
out of control,
were really fucking good.
The one I heard recently was, he voted to allow 7-year-olds to be tasered. As if that was the man's platform. I want to taser 7-year-olds. When I'm elected, can we have some 7-year-olds on the stage with me? I'll swear in, and then I'll taser a 7-year-old.
It is amazing how they take something that is in a bill for it gives police maybe the authority to taser anybody that is causing a commotion or a problem, whatever. And they take that and go, well, does that include a 7-year-old? Well, technically, in the bill, we don't have an age limit. We never put an age limit on here. He signed a bill to taser 70. And meanwhile, it had nothing to do with tasering.
And there's no way to
7-year-old.
explain the thing in time.
Yeah, you don't have enough time in the other ad, so you just bash him back. He voted not to taser 7-year-olds. He's no fun. Because how much fun
He's
would
not
it be?
fun.
He's just not fun.
Do you want somebody not fun in office?
Now, you've been, just playing like the big joints? Or what? I haven't seen you in the smaller venues lately.
Yeah. Well, I started.
I got much too famous.
No.
Last time I saw,
I kind of missed the comedy clubs in some ways.
But last time I saw you, you had a tour bus. That's a big jump.
Oh wow, yeah.
He was doing a tour bus for a
Look
while.
at him, he's all modest. Shut up about the tour bus.
Oh really? Is that bad?
No, it's all right. I used to buy 30-day Greyhound bus passes when I first started. So it's
ooh wow.
Yeah.
So to go
Things
full
have
circle and
changed.
have your own
Kinda-
bus.
Where
is
could
kinda
someone
neat-
get those
kinda
now?
Oh, Jimmy.
Did you see America
yeah
doing the bus thing?
Yeah, man. It was. But what was weird is, you'd get on a Greyhound bus, and one time I got on a Greyhound bus, and literally there were no seats available, and I had to sit on the floor of the Greyhound bus.
Oh.
While we got to the next stop, and then a seat opened up.
Sit on the floor.
I'm like, wow, talk about paying dues.
Yeah.
I'm paying some dues here, man.
The only Greyhound bus story I ever have was that one I told about my father when my mother sent money out to my dad in California because we were staying with my dad to fly me and my brother back out to New York because we were coming back to New York. And my father promptly cashed the tickets in and saved the money, took the money and bought us Greyhound bus tickets. No wonder my mom divorced him.
Oh,
so we spent about 2 weeks going cross country with what he gave us was $100 each to go 2 weeks on.
Well, he probably took the money to put into your education fund.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah. I learned how to drink beer.
You got to tell Brian how old you were.
I think I was 15 at the time, and my brother was...
Oh, that's not bad. I thought you guys were younger.
No, we weren't that young, but it was really bad. Half my head fell asleep for a month because of the way I had to sleep on the back of the chair. There's that metal thing, and it cut off the circulation to like my scalp. And half my head was asleep. I thought I had a stroke at 15. It was like really bad. And they stop everywhere. And
you become less than human, man.
Yeah,
Because I was on some of those bus rides that were literally over 24 hours because they do have to stop all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And it isn't like you're just going straight from Florida to New York. You're stopping at every single city along the way. Yeah.
The bus rocking back and forth.
I was on a bus. I was on a Greyhound bus one time, and I had the seat way in the back. Like that's when you look down the aisle. the bathroom is in the back, and then there's 3 together in the back, and the only seat that was available was the one literally right next to the bathroom. And the guy's driving in the middle of the day, and I don't know why he thought this, but the guy just pulls the bus over to the side of the road and like gets up and says, "Well, apparently the guy in the back, take a look around, everybody." And everybody turns around and looks at me. He goes, "Apparently he thinks it's okay to smoke pot on a bus." So I'm pulling over, and we're going to let this bus air out, and we ain't going anywhere until the pot smoke clears out. And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? I didn't smoke any pot." And everybody's turning around and go, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "I didn't do anything."
Yeah, sure. You're stoned.
I think the guy just wanted to take a break, and that's how he does it. He just blames the guy next to the bathroom for smoking pot.
He threw you under the Greyhound bus.
Yeah. And I wasn't assertive enough to like say, "Hey, I didn't smoke pot. I just kind of sat there and took it."
I'll take the
Wow,
hit.
that's funny.
I'll take the blame.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody.
And the people you meet, we met like a male prostitute on his way from like L.A. to Chicago.
Were you on the bus with fucking Rico Rizzo and John Voight?
I'm telling
might
you,
as well have been.
I was on an overnight bus ride one time, and it was about 4 a.m, and I was asleep. But then I woke up and I heard the woman next to me, behind me, between the crease and the seats, say to the lady next to her, "I'm pretty sure my brother killed somebody."
It's the bus.
I'm like, I need to go back to sleep. I don't want to be in on this.
I don't need to.
Do I have to stop and report this now?
Just whisper back, "I never saw your face.
Yeah, I don't know you.
I don't know what you look like."
I won't turn around, I promise.
Those things are just human cattle. You are just ushered in, and the course it takes looks like the dotted line on an old Indiana Jones movie map where the plane goes. Like, it's never straight. You're never just taking a freeway all the way across. Pain in the ass.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Obama's in India.
Yeah.
See that one?
Mm-hmm.
They showed him doing some native dancing.
He's doing some Bollywood. Bollywood.
For India, and it was just as bad as when George W. went to Africa. Remember that one? And he was doing it was like he was doing the Steve Martin King Tut dance. That was all I could conjure up. But Obama has zero dancing skills.
He's a complete nerd.
Or
He's a dork.
rhythm
He really
or
is a nerd.
anything. Not that I should say. Not that I'm saying he should have rhythm.
Have you seen him play basketball? It's not like he's adequate. But he's not as good of a basketball player as one might think.
He should be.
Well, when you're playing against the president, who's gonna knock the ball out of his hands?
I know you're just smacking
you know what I mean?
it down. Face, face you. Yeah, Commander in Chief.
You can yell face, but you have to follow it with Mr. President.
Yeah.
Face, Mr. President.
As you're tackled by Secret Service. There's Michelle Obama. She's dancing around with some of the young children from Pankot Palace. They just got freed. They just freed them. Obama got the stone back with the 3 lines, and they knew because the crops started growing. Can I do any more Temple of Doom jokes before anybody gets anything I'm talking about or cares?
I was lost. I'll be honest, I was lost on that one.
I'm a big Indiana Jones fan.
Okay. I was a little
Perhaps a little too big.
There they
There
are.
we go. Oh, yeah, they're doing a little...
Look at the white teacher.
Oh, they have to wait. They have to stop the music. They have to stop the music for a second.
Hello, this is Bill from Dell Computers. May I assist you? No, really, my name is Bill. Did you unplug it and plug it back in? Yes, you did. Hold on, I got to continue with my flowchart.
They're having a good time over there.
Oh, they certainly are on our dime.
I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something.
Yeah, playing some instruments.
Hey, good for them.
Could have gone to any school music class to do this.
You didn't vote, did you, Brian?
And the midterms, I did not.
Oh, well, you're not a true American.
I know.
Wow.
I feel guilty.
Then
If
you really should shut your mouth.
I have a good excuse. I have a good
no
excuse.
right to talk
That's
about
right.
I have
You
a
have
good
no
excuse.
right at
Oh, he's
all.
got an excuse.
What?
I was relaxing around the house.
Right? That is a good excuse. And you could have just told Obama what you wanted to vote for when he called your house.
I got you on the phone. Write me in for.
Jot it down.
Like he's a bookie. I'll take Harry Reid.
Harry Reid in the fourth.
Right. How many points does he get? Hey, a lot more people would vote if it went through a bookie.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Maybe you make a couple of bucks.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, because that's what the American system is based on, getting money for your vote.
Well, it's not.
I know.
They just do it a different way.
That's how Harry Reid got elected. The unions.
The unions like the
Yeah,
Harry
He
Reid.
promised the unions a little bit of cash from Washington.
Did you run the marathon while you were in town, Brian? New
No,
York City Marathon?
but
No?
my hotel overlooks the people running in to Central Park.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's funny. You look out every half hour to 45 minutes, and you can see the different rate of speed.
The different
know,
quality of runner.
Yeah, you look out at the 2 hour mark when the leaders are coming in, and these guys are like literally sprinting, you know. And then an hour later, it's a very fast pace. An hour after that, it's pretty good. And then from then on, it just starts degenerating, you know.
If you watch long enough, you will see guys running in jeans. You will.
How many hours in until you see the white people?
And the clothing.
As they're taking the barricades away, then the white people start coming in.
I know. The beginning of the line looks like Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, there's a skinny crossing the finish line. A skinny cross the finish line.
Yeah.
And the bellies get bigger, too. You notice that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the end, everybody's walking, and I'm like, well, what's that all about?
Thank
you
you.
know, what does it have to do with
There's Obama dancing. It's just astounding.
Oh, he's a nerd, man. Like Jimmy always says.
doing? He's Urkel. He's doing the Urkel.
Wow, that is horrible.
The little kids are doing better. That's it.
That was
very nice.
Yeah.
President Obama in India took a big load of people over there, security people.
Like
which
2,000,
to make an-
3,000
yeah,
or something, right?
To make an impenetrable ring around the hotel they're staying at. Yeah.
You don't need that many people. I travel with like 800.
Yeah,
you don't need 2,000 people. I have 800 people. You can get by with 800.
You can.
It's absurd.
Shit. Yeah, a bunch of aircraft going over there. They said it was costing the taxpayers $200 million, but the White House is.
I think if you got to
saying no.
protect the president to that extent, he should.
It's not worth going.
Well, he should just stay in the White House his entire term.
Absolutely.
They shut down New York City when he comes here. They pretty much shut it down.
Yeah, you can't.
Frozen zones and all sorts of
yeah,
stuff.
It's amazing. In the old days, the president just walked down the street. Hi, how you doing? Shook hands. Got his head blown off like a
Lincoln.
few did.
Oops.
Lincoln went to a play. He's
That
just
should-
hanging out. John Wilkes Booth is able to just go to the box that he's in.
Yeah, where is he? In here?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in here. He's enjoying the play. Go in there and say hi to him. Well, I wasn't here to say hi necessarily.
Yeah, go right in.
Yeah, he's right in there.
Guy opens the door for him.
There you go. He's right there.
He's the guy with the big hat.
Hey, he's right there. He's enjoying American Cousin.
Yeah,
I think that was the
play
play.
never took off.
Yeah, no, they
you
don't.
never
they
see a
don't-
revival.
You don't
on
see a lot of
Broadway.
revivals.
Our
of-
American Cousin.
They should bring it back.
They really should.
Colin Quinn.
I'm sure it was good. If the president went to go see it, I'm sure it was good.
It's gotta be good.
It's gotta be a good play.
Oh, one head off. No. Screw me. Whatever.
Yeah. It's...
Yeah, they'd have those whistle stop things where the president's on the back of a train and he's just talking to people.
Sure.
Now no one gets to see him.
If you want to get elected president, I think you come to New York City one time, and then they like snarl up all the traffic and everything, and he should find some place and say, "Ladies and gentlemen, if you all vote for me, I promise you, I will never come back to this city. I promise."
He'd get so many votes.
That's not a bad
I would
idea.
love that. Nothing worse than hearing, and President Obama will be arriving in the city. We have closures of Manhattan, Queens. Wait a minute, you're closing entire boroughs.
Only New Yorkers get upset, you know, like the Pope's coming in. People go, ah, damn it. Ah, damn Pope, man. How am I supposed to get to Brooklyn? Well, he's the Pope. He's kind of a high figure.
Any other city would be like,
Anybody else? Oh,
being
the Pope is
honored.
coming, you know.
Yeah.
An honor, the visit from the Pope. It's great. Anything that happens in New York, it fucks our traffic up.
That's all anybody cares.
His dancing is embarrassing.
Oh, you watching it? Yeah.
That's why JFK wouldn't put on a cowboy hat when they asked him to in Dallas because he didn't like being photographed.
Should have put on a Kevlar helmet.
Screw the cowboy hat.
He didn't want to look ridiculous. That's true.
Well,
if he only knew how bad his hair was going to look an hour later.
And then LBJ said, "Is that a dog? I'll pick it up by its ears." You got to be careful, man.
Jeez. He didn't want to wear the cowboy
That's
hat.
true. He would not put it on at breakfast earlier. I believe it was. They offered him a cowboy hat, and he wouldn't put it on. He goes, "Oh, you've come to the White House. You'll see me wearing this." And I think that was that morning or the night before.
Put on a little propeller beanie with a target on it. Now that's silly. Yeah, fascinating.
You guys were talking about the Pope. Did you hear about the gay kissing?
Oh, yeah.
The gay kissing?
Should have been gay kiss in, as in sit in.
Kiss in, like kiss dash in.
It came out gay kissing.
I thought gay kissing.
Yeah, about 200 people staged a gay kiss in as the Pope
I
drove
see.
by.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the rest of them jeered at the Pope.
They jeered him?
Oh, yeah, they jeered him.
That's how you literally do it. You actually say the word jeer.
Jeer.
You yell the word
Jeer.
jeer loudly.
Jeer.
And you can add as many E's as you want. Jeer!
Unlimited.
That'll hurt you. That'll cut you to the bone, man. Somebody jeers at you.
Yeah, so they while he was driving by, they were making out. Guy on guy makeout.
What was he
session.
doing? Asking the driver to stop? He's just not the most masculine Pope we've ever had.
Snapping pictures.
I don't blame gays for fucking hating him. They should.
Well, he's just interpreting what he thinks is biblical.
Yeah, isn't he terrific?
You know.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, sorry for all the ass fucking kids. I'm not ready with that.
Something about
shitty
man
organization.
laying with man. I have
Brian
no idea.
has left the studio. Brian has left the studio.
Jim Norton saying
Taking a left turn.
Brian has left the studio.
Hey, man.
I was trying to drink coffee, and all of a sudden I saw it just shaking in his left hand.
Oh, no. There goes my career.
How about them Pop-Tarts, though?
Pope tarts.
We always try to blow up Brian's career when he's here. That's why the visits are less and less, by the way.
No, it's not
I'm just
that.
kidding. I'm kidding.
I love coming in here. I
know
just
you
haven't
do.
been doing.
I know you do. I'm just fucking busting your balls.
The first time I realized the power of the show is, remember the people were eating the rats?
Oh, God, yes.
And I did a show that weekend, and people were holding up placards that said, "Rats, eat rats. Got any rats?" And I'm like, what the hell is this?
What? Yeah.
What's going on here,
Those
man?
were the good old days. I don't think the new bosses would allow us to have a rat eating contest. That was one of the most disturbing shows we ever did.
I know.
With the serial killer cook that was
He was a chef, yeah.
Well, he said he was a chef. I was convinced he likes killing animals because how he.
Yeah, one guy was a chef.
One guy killed it appropriately. They had to kill the rats in front of us.
Wow, yeah.
And the other guy was just bashing it over the head.
Oh, man.
What did we get ourselves into?
Yeah, Mark, the chef there, he was able to kill it in one.
Yeah.
Like one hit. He knew it, like where on the neck to hit it or whatever.
something, yeah.
This other guy was just like, just
It ain't that
bashing it in the face and it's just awful.
You know what, though? Brian Regan was all in. He didn't run out that day.
No, that was...
I was
didn't run out
intrigued,
that
man.
day.
My eyes were wide open, but
that
I wasn't moving.
Do you remember... we were amazed that we got listeners to actually come in and eat the rats. But do you remember that some people went back for seconds?
Because he made
That was the best
rat
part of the whole bit.
poivre. Frenchie, Mark.
All of a sudden, we're like, okay, everyone got through it. And then a few people were like, hey, I noticed there's a little left over. You mind if we have some more?
That would be
wonderful.
The ultimate compliment for a chef.
It really is.
Is that when people go for seconds on your rat recipe.
Rat.
And we picked the perfect chefs because then the other chef's dish, people were actually hurling. They couldn't keep it down.
He put it in a pan and just cooked it like it was the Civil War. Oh.
Like an old
Jesus.
black skillet.
Yeah. An old black skillet. Yeah, I hear down there in South Carolina they're eating rat.
Just threw it in there with no oil or anything, just heat coming through the bottom, and we're just gonna keep cooking it till it's dead.
Oh my God, yeah. That is the truth.
Oh my
wow.
God. It really was like they were in one of those Civil War POW camps just eating rat and mattress ticking.
Everyone's saying you rock on the phone, so
Of
Brian
course.
Regan rocks. They're very excited. you're
Very
back.
nice, man.
Yeah. What have you been up to, Brian? We haven't even asked you that yet.
I've been rocking, man. I do a rock show now.
Yeah.
No, I just do been out doing stand up.
Constantly touring, huh?
Constantly.
Not backing off a little bit?
No, kind of the same schedule. I try to do a couple of weekends a month, and
Well, that's
cool.
not bad.
Yeah.
You don't have to go out every weekend anymore?
No.
Oh, that's good.
No. It's it's because
You're
my
playing
wife
bigger
and I we
places.
have kids, man. I want to be home and
Yeah, you can't be one
watch
of those
them grow up.
absentee dads or something.
Right.
Come home every once in a while just to say hi, and then you're back on the road.
Mm-hmm. You go home and they go, your son knows how to juggle now.
When did that happen?
When did that happen?
Yeah, it's playing a Harry Chapin song.
Might have been on the road a little too long, huh, Brian?
He's got a lot of cats and cradles in his room.
Hey, do they have a sense of humor yet?
Yeah, they're both funny.
They're both pretty funny?
Our daughter always tries big words, and she's only 7 and she doesn't quite nail them. Like mazagine. Are you reading a mazagine? And like I hope she never corrects it, but I know you have to. I know if she ever gets a job with a magazine company, she can't still be hanging on to, this is a great edition of our mazagine. But she tried one the other day that I had not heard. She said, Daddy, I finally figured out what cadensuance means. And I'm like, what does that mean? She goes, a cadensuance is like if you think you want an ice cream cone and then one just falls out of the sky in your hand. And I'm like, wow, you're right, man. That sure would be a cadensuance. But I just thought it was beautiful that anyone would even have that as a fantasy, that a world could be like that. Man, I sure could go for an ice. Whoa! Man, how's life? Wonderful! It's wonderful!
Very good, man. Very good.
Holy jeez, that would be great.
Yeah, just wish it, and look up into the sky, and it'll fall into your hands.
I do think, though, that whenever she messes up a word, to be a parent, you should grab her shoulders and shake her and scream the correct word. That's parenting.
That's healthy.
You don't allow them to make mistakes. My father used to slap me in the face and put a panties on me. Say, mistakes are for queers, boy.
Well, see, that's what's great about our world. There's different ways of parenting.
Different ways to raise a kid, right?
I like that.
Yeah, that's why there's so many.
So shake them when they make mistakes.
Absolutely. You don't hit them. Just shake violently.
Shake the mistakes out of them.
Yeah, I won't love you if you say that again.
Nobody will.
Yeah, that's good.
What was that?
Cadensuance.
Cadensuance. That is a good one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, it's one of those Mondays.
What do you mean? What
I'm
happened?
just getting up is just the worst.
What happened? We were having fun.
No, I am too. I'm just reflecting on the.
What happened?
I'm just reflecting on the whole
fact that you had to get up?
Monday vibe.
But we had
thing.
the daylight savings time. It was easy today.
And that's another thing.
It was a cakewalk today.
I tweeted that, which was such great knowledge for everybody. The fact that I don't like technology falling back and springing ahead automatically now. Because I kind of liked looking at a clock and going like, oh, God, it's it's 10 o'clock already. I go, oh, wait a minute, it's really 9 o'clock. And then you set your watch back and everything. Everything just automatically clicks back now to what it's supposed to be. Because we're all, we're all under government watch. They got some satellites that they're setting you. If they could set your clock, man,
what else
they could read
do?
your texts, man. But texts.
But none of us are farmers, so why are we still doing this shit? Why can't it just be what it is?
I don't know if I
Arizona
think
gave
that's a
up on
myth. I think the farmer,
farmer thing was a myth. Oh, okay.
No, because I was curious about that one time, and I don't remember what the answer is. That's how I'm not a very good learner, but I don't think farming is the reason.
It's
that
like
they do
you
it.
smoking the pot in the back of the bus. People are just like, and the farmers
I think it's
made
like
us have to turn the clocks back.
I think it's like a knee-jerk thing that because it makes sense, but I don't think that's the reason. Now I'm going to find out I'm completely
why
wrong.
would we purposely make it darker?
Well, it's lighter in the morning.
Yeah, but who cares? You want it to be light after you get out of work. Who cares if it's light?
Why
in the
don't they
morning?
make it lighter on both ends?
Thank you.
You know what I mean? Make it lighter in the morning, and then lighter. Why don't they do that?
How would they do that with the clock?
We would have to switch.
Make the hours shorter. Or make a 40-minute hour.
Yeah.
but isn't it based
Just
on the
speed it up.
rotation of the Earth?
Oh, why don't we just cut the shit, leave the clocks alone? Bunch of faggots we are. I should make it this time. Just fucking leave it alone.
Or just make it a huge hassle and make people have to switch their clocks every fucking day.
Every day.
Every day. Yeah, it should switch every day at 2 o'clock.
What a night.
Now it goes to 3 again, and you got to get reminders Remember, you change your clock every single day.
You know how confused everybody would be?
Or instead, you jump ahead a year. How great would that be? Or 11 minutes. Just a shitty time.
It's always a pain traveling to Arizona because they never change their clock, and I never know what time it is when I'm going there for a gig, and they
don't acknowledge it for some
Would you
reason.
fit in with the rest of our country?
They
please?
don't. They blame it on Mexico.
And isn't it parts of Arizona?
Yeah, they hate that.
I think that's Indiana.
Indiana
I think all of Arizona never changes.
Just said fuck you,
Indiana's
America.
like right in the middle of the time zone or something.
Indiana switched recently, but up near Chicago they don't. Chicago they stay on Central Time.
So imagine
if
living-
anybody has a commute from Northwest Indiana into Chicago, they don't.
How do you live on the border of the people that change the clocks and don't change the clocks? That's got to be.
It just sucks.
Can you imagine?
I don't know.
They'll be over at noon. What time is that?
Right.
An hour ago, I'm here. It's fucking he knows you're alone. That call was coming from an hour ago in the bedroom.
Hey, are we getting an answer on this?
Oh, yeah. We're very professional now, Brian. We've matured.
That's right.
So it's not the farming.
It's not the first.
All right.
What is
the
it?
one fact that I
Originally,
know?
as indicated by Time Change 2010 fall. Brian, you want to read that? Trust you more
when
than
and
me?
why daylight savings was initiated at the start of the 20th century to help increase production in factories and boost morale.
Yes, we must boost morale and increase production in the factories.
How does that boost morale? We're going to change the clocks. Hooray!
Yeah. America!
As they're getting all sorts of weird cancers because they don't know what they're working with yet.
We can't give you a raise, but we're going to change the clocks.
Yes, folks, it's time to change the clocks. Everybody do the Charleston. It's time to change the clock. Unless you're a colored person. Whites only change the clocks. Yes, my battery's dead, I think. I hate when my battery goes on my oldie time talk machine. I can't oldie talk. Stupid thing. Yes.
Oh, well, that bit was going to go places and we don't have batteries.
But I don't have my oldie time battery talkie walkie-talkie device.
Increase
I
production.
walkie and talkie. Ha ha.
How do you...
How does it boost? You have the same thought I do.
Because there's no windows
How
in
does
factories.
that boost production in factories?
I
don't know.
It's like, we can't make any more widgets. It's only 1 o'clock. Okay.
What was it
How does
like?
it boost...
I guess
don't
because
get
people
it.
wake up early to go to work and it's lighter out.
Yeah, but you don't...
So they're
notice-
like, that's good.
You never see daylight when you're in half these factories, especially the turn of the century.
And the whistle blows that Allentown song whistle, and then they leave, and it's
yes.
dark out.
Yeah.
And it's dark outside. Don't need that.
Well, you know what?
That's not morale. That's a morale booster in the morning, but then it's downright depressing at night.
And then 6 months later, they boost morale the other way.
Yeah, the other. How does it boost morale?
They just
going
keep
the other
boosting
way?
it back and forth.
Yes. Spring forward, fall back.
Which is the good one? Did we just do the good one or the bad one?
No, it's the bad one.
This is the bad one, right?
Yeah, it's going to
So that
get
doesn't
darker
boost morale.
earlier out.
Which one? Why is one good and one bad?
Well, I kind of like when it stays light out later.
I kind of like
Oh,
when
I'm the other
when you
way.
go
You're
there
the other
later.
way?
Yeah.
I don't like 3:30 in the afternoon, and it's like starting to get dark.
Yeah, it's creepy.
I like when it's dark when a comedy show starts. I don't like when it's daylight when a comedy show
What's
starts.
worse than a 7 o'clock show?
Exactly.
Selfish Brian. Seems
So
to have
I'm
his own
lobbying.
reason.
So when I had Barack on the phone, I said, hey.
Morale's up for Brian Regan. I guess.
I just thought you've become so huge that you would actually talk to Barack Obama.
No.
See, I feel like an idiot.
Why? That was that was an innocent question.
Yeah.
That a boy 38 years your junior should have asked. Brian's daughter should have asked him that. Daddy, did the president call you?
I read it in a magazine.
I got words wrong when I was a boy, and my father would take a cigarette and burn the tip of my penis until I said it correctly. That's how I learned.
And you speak so clearly now.
I do. I have amazing diction.
Isn't that a coincidence?
I guess I didn't have my. I guess I didn't have my penis burned as a kid. Oh, well.
Exactly. Well, lucky me.
So is he like a grammar school teacher? Was that his technique with all the kids?
No, he just hated poorly pronounced words.
I guess.
Certainly seems
We should take a quick break because before you got here, Brian, we talked for 3.5 straight hours, so we need to take another break.
3.5 hours.
Hey, why don't we move the clocks back? We come back, we're all going to feel great.
Yeah, it's going to feel well rested.
How about we move it forward one more hour? Huh? That means we'd be out of here.
I'd be home.
Right.
Why don't we do our own?
I don't understand the concept.
Right.
Okay, you're right.
BrianRegan.com. He does have a lot of great dates in the near future, all over the place. Waterbury, Pittsburgh, Colorado Springs. Wow, everywhere. So go to BrianRegan.com for
Good to see my friend out doing big gigs.
Absolutely.
Thank you, man.
I mean, I'm doing Bananas in Poughkeepsie, but I'm happy that you're doing theaters. I got to do 4 shows. You get to go in and out one show. That's the worst. I'd rather do 4 for a lot less money. That's the best way.
And Brian Regan Comic on Twitter. Maybe we could get Brian to tweet a little more if he gets a few followers. So I don't know. More with Brian. Stay there.
You're listening to Opie and Anthony on the Virus, Sirius XM.
Hanging out with our old pal Brian Regan.
B to the R.
That's right. He's a big star, this Brian Regan.
A big star.
Big star. He's been doing our show for. He told us that we actually talked to him in Boston. That's how far back we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
I do kind of remember that.
Wow, that's before kids and everything.
Wow.
Way back when.
And now your son's 11.
Now he's
I
11.
became a new father there, Brian.
Yeah, no, congratulations, man.
Tomorrow, 6 months old.
Tomorrow.
Oh,
Tomorrow will be the 6th month. I
That's
get.
half a year.
Am I supposed to celebrate that with a half a birthday cake or something? What am I supposed to do?
I don't, you know.
Do what you
You let the wife take the lead on those things, you know.
I like that.
You know, if she wants to get a cake, you go, yeah, we're getting a cake. And if she goes, I think that's kind of silly, you go, you're right, it's kind of silly.
I hate the parents. You ask them how old their kid is, and they're like, oh, he's 28 months. Shut up.
I don't want to do math.
Right.
I hate
The
math.
months should end right at the year mark.
Yeah,
It's done.
I didn't know that either. I had a pediatrician told me that I should stop doing that.
Oh, really? I'm sorry.
No. I
Once
didn't
again,
know
I
that.
have to apologize, Brian.
I didn't know how far you're supposed to take it. And then the pediatrician, we took Christopher in, and it was like, how old is he? And I was like, he's, whatever it was at the time, 27 months. She goes, you can stop saying that now.
It's like almost 2 years.
It's 863 months.
Right.
Should do it in seconds. And call them precious. 400 million precious God-given seconds.
Oh, how annoying would that be?
Yeah. Smile and close your eyes gently.
Fuck, 6 months. How did that happen?
Maybe you don't want to say his name on the air.
I
get that.
His
name. In fact,
there's assholes out there.
I wish I hadn't said my little boy's name. In fact, that was a fake name I said.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Good for you.
It was a fake name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The real name is.
I don't even like saying my name.
It's so hard to keep your private life private, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, what are you gonna do?
With these intertube nets all over the place.
Things.
Yeah.
What else is going on? We did the football, but Brian's telling us that he played football in college. I didn't know that.
He looks like a guy that would play football.
Were you one of those jocks growing up, Brian? Or just
no? When I was
in
college,
wait, did they let you make one tackle at Notre Dame? Is that what happened?
That's about. No, I had friends that actually played at Notre Dame with Rudy. But no, I went to a small school, Heidelberg College in Tiffin, Ohio.
Wow, that is a small.
Very small. An electric train set went around my college. Very small.
The major there is putting on dresses and sucking cocks. Small boys' school. Sorry, Brian. I'm sure it's a good school.
Brian has left the studio. Brian Regan has left the studio.
That was not my major.
Not yours. I'm just saying it's a small school.
That's
very
right,
masculine.
man.
Very tiny school. And then you tried out for a semi-pro team.
I tried out for a semi-pro football team in Orlando called the Orlando Americans. It was part of the AFA, the American Football Association.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. They had like 8 teams or something like that. And I showed up, and they were going to keep 3 wide receivers on the team. And they gave me a helmet. This is true that the equipment was starting to come in. They didn't have a lot of money. They gave me a helmet that did not have a face mask.
Oh, my God.
And everybody else had face masks. Well, like a few guys didn't have face masks. And I was doing like slant passes over the middle. And there were linebackers who they gave face masks to, smashing me in my face maskless face. And I was dropping passes left and right, and the coaches were going, "What's the matter with you, Regan? I have a helmet with no face mask. Please cut me from the squadron.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Please send me home."
Damn.
Wow, that sucks.
Doesn't seem very fair.
Yeah, so I got cut. And, it's weird getting cut, I mean, it's like that's the only, in college they don't cut you from the team. In high school they don't cut you, but I got cut. And I was just, they had us in these apartments, and the coach that had to go around and cut everybody. What kind of, that's got to be the most horrible
Great job.
They call it the Turk, the guy that has to come and cut you. And he came over to the apartment, and the other guy that I was sharing the apartment with was staying on the team.
Oh, shit.
So he sat us both down, and he goes, "Well, Brian," and he didn't want to like say the word cut. He goes, "I'm just came by. Well, just came by to give you the word." And I knew what that meant, so I was like, I get it, Coach. That's fine. But looking back, I wish I would have like said, I that's the word, and then got my mom and dad on the phone. "He's right here. He just gave me the word. I'm on the team. He's here. Right? You want to talk to him? He just gave me the word."
The word.
Yeah. So that's how you get fired. They just give you the word.
Yeah, I came here to give you the word.
Came here to give you the word.
At least he had balls to do it in person.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these high school coaches, they just put the list on the wall, and you have to hope that your name's on the list.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
That sucks, right?
But you could just stay on the team, though. Pretend you never saw it. I never walked down that hall. What happened? They're just too uncomfortable to tell you that you're a fucking retard. Go home.
Just keep going out to practice every day.
Yeah. There's no uniform for you. You're just wearing your civvy clothes. Civvy. Like a fucking Navy frogman. Jizz bucket.
That's what, when practice is over, we would put our civvies back on.
Civvies.
And head back to class, to the dorm.
Civvies.
And our civvies.
I'm a putz.
But that was it after you got the word? Your sports career was over?
That was it, yeah. I mean, it was over before I even went up there to try out. I knew that.
I guess it was.
What would you say? What the hell,
I tried
right?
it,
They're trying to say if you eat dark chocolate, you'll stress less. Come on.
No?
Cranky, eat apples, sugar-free peanut butter. Stop.
That'll make you less cranky if you eat that stuff?
Yeah.
Or more cranky. It doesn't say.
It would
it just says cranky.
It says cranky, apple, sugar-free peanut butter.
I think it would make you more cranky because you're not having a Big Mac or something.
Yeah, you're not having something good.
Right. Some comfort food. So you'd be a real crank ass.
If you're hungry and somebody puts that in front of you, you're going to be cranky.
Yes. What are they doing? This is just nonsense on the news.
I don't know if that. I guess I have to talk to a parent, and since Brian is one, and he's still a little too young.
Oh, thanks.
But no, I mean the kid as far as eating things goes with like sweets and stuff. Because everybody now, the thing is, get apple slices and carrots, and you give them that instead of like cookies, and they're just as satisfied.
Well, That's not.
I don't think that's true.
That's a bold-faced lie. Bald face, whatever that expression is. It's a bald/bold-faced lie.
Yes. I never bought into that crap that a kid is going to be like, oh, I'll take the carrot over the, oatmeal cookies.
Well, we started feeding our kid carrots.
Yeah?
Like mushed up carrots, like baby food. And I got a kid update. My kid's poo went from not smelling whatsoever to smelling like cat and dog poo.
Oh, now it's starting to stink
He knows.
up the...
It doesn't smell like human poo yet
Stink up
because
the
he's not getting all that fucking chemicals and stuff.
boy.
But it now smells like animal poo. Sort of like a cat poo.
Do you have to clean it up?
Yeah, you got to
You
scoop
clean
out
it
his
up.
ass. You got to scoop out his
We
ass.
never did that.
Oh,
we
you never did
Never
that.
scooped out his ass.
Like I said before, there's different parenting techniques. We never cleaned the children when they soiled themselves. That's something they got to grow up and learn how to do. You know?
Yeah. They're never going to learn for
They're not going to learn.
themselves.
They're going to learn if you do it for them.
Just years of mess back there that they got to clean up eventually by themselves.
I can't tell you how many times I've said that must have just happened because, my girl will come in the room and go, his diaper's full. I'm like, wow, that must have just happened.
Oh, really? And you've just been sitting around like, I ain't doing it.
No, I changed the diapers, Brian. I'm one of those guys. Did you change diapers?
Yeah. One time I was changing our little boy, and it was in the middle of the night, and I must have been like half asleep. And the next morning, my wife was taking his diaper off, and there was a little stuffed bunny that I had somehow thrown into his diaper as I flipped the top over. I don't know how or why I threw a little bunny in there. So to this day, we don't know how that happened. It's like, how did you throw a bunny in there? I don't know. It must have been next to the nightstand, and I was just half asleep, and instead of powder, I think I threw a bunny in there.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
I have stories like that, but it's more like coming home and then waking up in the morning and seeing how my car is parked sideways in the driveway. Oops! Oh, look at me. At least I made it.
Yeah.
Little patent leather shoe in the grill.
The parking wars up here, man. When I first moved to New York, I got an apartment in Queens, and I didn't realize, that the alternate side of the street thing. Yeah. And the landlord warned me and said, on whatever the days were, I forget what they were, you got to go out and move your car or else they'll tow it. And that first morning I got up and went out and started to move my car, and I saw a spot. And as I was pulling into the spot, this old guy in his underwear just hobbled across the street and said, "Get the hell out of here! What's parking here?" I was like, "Damn, this is real, man. This is
turf
wars. These are the mean streets, man."
It really was. When I lived in Brooklyn, it was the same thing, and there was always a
fist fight.
There was the hit or miss spot that was just next to a crosswalk. And I could just fit my vehicle in there some days, and other days the bumper was a little into the... but just like by inches.
A smidge.
Inches. And sometimes I'd come out and there'd be a ticket, parking in crosswalk. It's like, then I would have parked in the fucking... I would have parked right in it.
Yeah, you got to give me something for effort.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Give me something for effort.
Yeah. No one went and went, I can't cross the street. The guy's bumper is nudged into the crosswalk.
A half inch of his bumper's in the crosswalk.
Yeah.
Hey, we got to go to John in New York because we were talking about football and being cut. John, real fast. We got Brian Regan in studio, by the way. John.
Hey, I played Pee Wee football when I was a kid. My dad was my coach. The way he cut me was stop taking me to practice.
Wow.
Your own father cut you from the team?
Stop taking it to practice.
He cut me.
An embarrassment.
He'd drive and say, "No, not today, John."
He'd just go there and blow all the other players.
Yeah.
His father was embarrassed.
So he just said, "Well, I'm going to practice." And you go, what happened to the we part?
What happened? Emilio Estevez put tape on your hiney and ripped it off, and you're too ashamed to tell him?
I think if your father's
That's rough, man.
I think if the father's the coach of the team, your son makes it every fucking time.
Yeah, that's
right?
usually the whole. Usually, when the dad is a coach,
Right.
that means
Doesn't
the
wanna be
kid's playing
embarrassed.
probably more than he
Not in
should.
my house.
Wow.
How bad were you little poofter?
Called me faggot.
Yeah.
That's
Or was your
brutal.
father like Vic Morrow in Bad News Bears? Come up and just smack you in the face.
He caught him with an athletic supporter on his face that wasn't his. Belonged to the Black player.
Brian Regan has left the studio.
Jimmy.
He likes his. Brian Regan likes his theaters. Let's keep it safe for Brian
That's
Regan
funny.
today.
The black player.
Yes.
That's
That's right. It's a really small school in Paradise, USA.
Oh, not exactly.
Are you
paradise.
the black player? Yes, I am.
Yes.
It's close to paradise.
Brian, we're going to test your memory today. Look
Okay.
what we do. This guy has a story from 20 years ago. He wants
What?
to see if you
I
remember.
tell you right now, I'm not going to remember.
Okay.
Let me just be on record.
All right. Todd in Birmingham. Why would you?
Hey, man, how you doing?
Why would you do this to Brian?
Yeah, what do you got? 20-year-old.
Hey, man. Hey, 20 years ago I saw you. I think it was called A Pair of Jokers, A Pair of Aces or something. You were with, I think, your brother.
Right. Yeah, it was
correct?
It was a special on Showtime called A Pair of Jokers
Pair of Jokers.
with my brother Dennis and myself. Yes, I had a mullet.
Wow.
Yeah,
I had a
you
mullet.
big mullet.
Yeah, I had a
In the
mullet.
middle. Yeah, it was beautiful.
Well, thank you, man.
How's Dennis doing?
He's doing good.
Good.
Yeah, he was writing for The King of Queens. That show's not on anymore. He's out doing stand-up again, and he's doing great. Yeah.
You said you had a mullet with pride, though, just then. I
Yeah.
had a mullet.
No, because it's weird. A lot of people tell me that's when they first started watching me, is when I had a mullet, and I didn't even know. I never even heard the word mullet till I no longer had one.
No one knew
It isn't
that-
like
yeah.
you went in and asked for a mullet.
Can I have a mullet? Lad, no one knew of the word mullet until after it became the joke haircut.
Yeah, and then of course you're not going to
You don't want
request
the mullet.
it once everybody's laughing
Can we
at
see a
it.
picture of that, Sam?
no.
Look up a pair of jokers.
Oh, no.
Could I have the shithead?
Yeah.
I want the shithead. It's a picture of it in the window.
Yes. People will be having this ironically in movies in 20 years.
There's something like it.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
I had
Look
one
like
of
a
those.
Rated G? What kind of stand? Oh, the
Brian, I had one of those.
Wow.
I had one of those.
Holy shit.
That's not that bad.
Ellen DeRegan.
That's a fine head of hair you got.
That was a good special, too, I remember.
Well, thanks, man. There's actually worse versions of my hair than that.
How
but,
could there be?
Worst
Let's
version.
find the worst. Let's find the
You're
worst.
like Katie Lang.
Nothing better than going back.
Let's find the worst one.
my tribute to Katie Lang, yeah.
I don't see any that are that bad.
Anyway.
Yeah, whatever. Let's.
That's not a bad. That was actually a pretty good. That was a good special with Dennis Regan and Joe Dirt.
And Dennis's comedy very different than Brian's.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a good show to see when
You know what he does? He like reads and stuff.
Yeah, he's
And
He
he's
like reads.
Yeah, he's got like jokes about the world and stuff. I'm like, Dennis, you got to learn how to cross your eyes and hunch over.
Do you guys still do shows
That's what it's
together?
all about.
You do shows
Oh
together?
yeah, about once a
Here
month
and there,
we do
right?
a weekend together.
Right on, man.
Yeah, so it's cool.
Yeah, I enjoy your brother's comedy as well.
He's very
I haven't
funny.
seen Dennis on
Right.
stage. I don't know if I've seen moments, but I don't know if I've ever really watched him for any length of time.
He seems a little.
Oh, wow, that's a good one.
That's Brian.
Oh, wow.
That's when Brian was in Sha-Na-Na.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-da-bang-a-tang.
Oof. Big yellow one's the tie. How awful is that? Jesus Christ. Who are you working? Fucking 158th Street here in New York. A purple suit jacket, a multicolored tie.
Wow.
Holy shit.
You sure wanted to be noticed.
Brian Rodriguez.
In lieu of an act, I put on that outfit.
Oh my God.
They're gonna pay attention to something up here.
Yeah. Just spin in circles till people vomit.
Something bright is on stage.
Oh my God.
What is it called at the carnival? The spin art or whatever?
Yeah, that's what that was like.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
The suit or the tie is acceptable, but together it's just an atrocity.
Should have gone with one or the other.
It's a war crime.
That's great, man.
But the material was good.
Well,
Look at it.
thanks.
You should wear the curtain behind you. It would be less embarrassing. That's good.
Did you ever hear old material and you're embarrassed, Brian?
Oh yeah.
Jimmy brings
Really?
in stuff every once in a while. And the weird thing is, this stuff was on TV. And
Not your
Jimmy's
stuff,
mortified.
mine. Yeah, my
No,
stuff.
not your. Yeah.
No,
we
no,
bring
but
it-
we
we
all
bring it all Brian's stuff.
When he's not here, we
I
just
know, I
beat the
wouldn't
shit
doubt
out of
it,
him.
man. I wouldn't doubt it.
Oh, listen to this crap.
I had a tape from years ago that was on beta, and I never watched it. And then a few years back, I found this thing and like had it transferred so I could watch it. And I put it in. It was like from 1984 or something.
Oh, wow.
and I felt like I had been kicked in the stomach.
Dude, you have to release that on something as a goof.
I
That's
was
funny.
so bad and so green and so unready to be on stage. It was. I could barely watch.
When did you start?
Yeah,
I started in 1981.
Oh, so you're 3
So this is
years
like
in.
one of my first things that was ever
Wow.
taped, and I had never.
Can you bring it in? We do it to ourselves all the
Dude,
time.
there's nothing worse.
We do it to ourselves all the time.
There's nothing
we
worse
play
than
our
me
old
3
radio
years in.
shows and Jimmy's old stuff.
Oh,
and
it's terrible.
so uncomfortable.
Yeah, we did shows when me and Obi first got together at like BAB on Long Island, and I have to I have to pull my coat over my face because I can't look at anyone in the studio.
We'll play for
I'm
everybody.
so embarrassed.
You know what
by
would
it.
help? I think if you played a clip that we played last time for Jocktober for Brian, maybe of.
No, see, that's not.
See, that's when you guys started.
Yeah, they had something recently they played where
no.
it was an uncomfortable. You have it right,
from
Sam.
like-
I can hear the vibe.
like from
That's what I
15
felt like
years ago.
No, but
when I watched it.
I think we should hear. I think you should hear it, and you should hear how these guys. Now they're themselves, but I think you should hear them trying to find their
You
identity.
got the FM voice.
only
the whole-
Yes.
No, Opie, I don't know what the voice was. And me, I was just happy to be there. Like, I was just happy to be there, guy.
Yeah, like a puppy with the tail
Everything
going.
was just, yeah.
More like a jackass.
We will play this.
I had to make an imitation for everything.
Brian, how about we'll play this for you, but you have to bring
horrible.
in 5 minutes from 1984.
I will try to find that.
Yes.
I will.
3
try to-
minutes even.
All right.
There's nothing you could bring in that's worse. Nothing.
No, I don't know.
All right. We'll do that. We'll do that, man.
Yeah.
Well, E-Rock's just walking down the hall. So.
Oh, that ought to take a while.
God almighty.
See, that'll give me time to go make a fake old version of myself. Where I'm not nearly as bad as I'm saying.
Brilliant stuff.
Does he look good now, or did he look like shit then? We can't tell.
It's recorded in HD, widescreen.
Yeah, he's referencing things that just happened.
Pulls out his iPhone.
What's with What's with these cell phones? Wait a second. 1984.
Are we really going to do this?
Yeah, I think let Brian hear. I think
Yeah,
Brian
I'd like to hear
should
this.
know the guys he's hanging out with.
Oh, God.
All right.
Maybe
This gives
This is
us
when we
hope
first
that
got the
Brian
satellite.
will bring in something really old for us
When
one
he
day.
first got his
Well, if you were
Shut
aboard,
up.
then you guys have already been around for a while.
No, I wasn't aboard when this
No,
happened.
this is-
Oh, this is before that.
No.
This is
Okay.
abominable.
I would have had one radio day and I would have left. No amount of money would have kept me.
The only defense I have is that this is about 14 years old.
Okay.
Maybe.
This is on the air, like a radio show on the air.
Brian,
Yeah.
this is when we were in Boston, so you did this show.
All right.
Yeah, you'll ask that again after you hear it, too.
Watch. I'll be the guest on it.
Oh, wait, that's not me. It's Brian.
And that's why it was so bad.
this is
We had
really-
Brian Regan on.
So, dude, how does it look, man? How does it?
Opie was wearing. Why? Opie was wearing. He had gotten a cool piece of jewelry from.
That's how he looked, by the way.
Let me see.
Okay. Let's see.
Opie had kind of a wild hairdo.
All right, it was a little wild.
A bit Prince Valiant-ish, and Anthony would paint Opie as he sat on a Dutch boy can.
So, dude, how does it look, man? How does it look? I see you are sporting a new piece of jewelry there, Opie. What is that? Well, our faithful listeners would know that we talked to a guy named Chuck from San Jose.
Yes.
And he markets cannibal wear.
Cannibal wear. That's right. That's a human finger bone.
Hanging from my little neck right now, man. He sent us a piece of cannibal wear. Check it out.
Cannibal.
Shut up, Brian. Shut up.
I'm laughing with you. I know.
Cannibal wear.
Dude.
Man.
There's more.
No, that's it.
No, there's more.
Oh, there
There
is?
were
Yes.
more mans and dudes between the two of us. It's
Yes.
all we used to say.
Bill and Ted.
Check it out.
Cannibal wear.
I'm styling, man.
Dude, isn't that creepy, though? That was someone's finger at one point.
It's a finger bone.
It looks like from the middle knuckle to the knuckle right under your fingernail.
It is definitely the curse finger.
It is. It's the middle finger.
Right. It's the middle finger, and it's the middle joint of the middle finger.
Dude, isn't that weird, though? That was someone's finger, man. They used that.
I'll tell you one thing. I'm starting to feel like Greg Brady.
Oh.
Okay.
Too bad you weren't feeling like Mr. Brady. You're
Brian just
Opie, you're
goes,
red.
okay.
Oh, you're red.
Oh, yeah.
He's
You
red.
know-
Was that the end of it?
No, we got more.
Oh,
It's
good.
Usually I
so
can handle
Everybody has to start somewhere, and I don't know how anybody gets anywhere in today's world because everything gets YouTubed and thrown up right now.
Yeah.
So anybody that's getting started at anything now, they put your worst nightmare up right off the
Yeah,
bat.
your
So everybody's
crap.
quitting. It's like, I'm not putting up with this.
Yeah, I saw.
Ant didn't say finger enough either, which I think now you'd probably say it more. It's the bone of the finger. It's the middle of the finger.
That's the FU finger right there.
It's a finger.
And he couldn't say finger, so he was going finner. That's the finner.
Finger.
Yeah.
Finger.
Middle
Instead
finner.
of finger.
Yeah, he threw his G's away.
I just kind of let it run on. Finger. Finger. I said finger.
Yeah.
I'll
Not
tell you
like
one
linger.
thing. I'm starting to feel like Greg Brady.
The tiki.
The tiki doll, man.
When we last left Opie,
Right.
he had worn the tiki, the taboo around his neck.
Yeah, I'm not going surfing in Hawaii with this thing on. What a great episode.
We're so happy to be there. We're just
It's not, it's not horrible.
really.
It's,
What do you listen
guys
to?
are doing.
So bad. Our little banter. Our little banter.
What a great episode.
Oh, yeah.
I do believe that was the Hawaiian episode.
That's right.
It is pretty creepy. We're going to have to call him to thank him for sending the cannibal wear.
God, that's someone's finger.
I'm sporting the cannibal wear around my neck.
I don't even know who that was.
It's a little creepy. I definitely feel like Greg Brady,
not
man.
this part.
Finger.
Shut up, man. The crows are on the radio.
The crows should have been plucking our eyes out.
Or the listeners' ears. They were merciful crows.
Wow, the phones are dead. They've been ringing all morning. Look at the phones, seriously.
Yeah.
They've been ringing all morning.
great.
We've had one of those shows, and they're dead. They're gone.
Wow.
Should have got your plugs in before that, Brian, because they're gone.
The crows are on.
So, see, if you bring in your stuff from '84, we'll be kind.
You couldn't be worse.
Is that supposed to entice me to bring in my tape?
Yeah, exactly.
See how fun that was?
That's a prime example. Yeah, that's watching an execution and go, see, now you stand up there.
Dude, my 1993 tape when I was 3 years in,
Oh.
I was a happy to be their character. I was
Yeah.
trying high energy, and I was.
Yeah, what was the voice?
How we doing?
Yeah, you'd be like, hey.
Why are you doing that? This guy is crazy.
I'm thinking, come on, people.
It was fucking. It was so. I can't even watch it with my girlfriend to be ironic. It's fucking humiliating.
She won't be your girlfriend
Of
anymore.
course she wouldn't.
She
I told her
wouldn't.
that. She's like, I want to see it. I'm like, I'm not even
I
being
said
funny.
no.
You won't fuck me after you see this. You'll never fuck me again.
Yeah, it's not
it's
good.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awful.
We did it with, who else? Voss?
We've done it with a lot of
Voss,
people.
yes.
Yeah, Voss. It was, oh,
Voss?
wow. Bobby Kelly.
Oh God, yeah, he was atrocious.
It's great. And now next we'll do it with Brian Regan.
Oh, man.
Brian's probably not nearly as bad as I was.
What's an example? You got a joke example?
Yeah, you got a bit that-
Were you doing like the same type of material?
No, I had. Here's a joke.
Knock, knock,
Close
people.
to it.
Really close to it.
I had some props when I first started.
Hey, well, it works for some people.
And and I would go on stage with a bag of props.
Oh.
I had props for jokes I didn't even need props for. I had a box, you know that cereal 40% bran flakes.
Sure.
So that was in the bag. It was a reveal, so nobody saw that yet.
A reveal.
So I would get on stage and say, well, folks, I don't know about you, but I'm always getting ripped off at the supermarket. I bought a box of cereal, and it was less than half full, and I brought it back, and I said, hey, sir, the box is less than half full. And then I pulled the box out. He goes, yeah, you bought 40% bran flakes.
I bet you the audience at that moment knew about feeling ripped off.
They got 40% comedy act.
5% humor. Less fattening comedy.
Some was 40%. Pretty strong stuff. Pretty strong.
Wow.
Yeah. Because, you think about it, 40%, You know, that's less than half.
That's less than half.
So I drilled him with the literal stuff.
Yeah.
But I had to drive it home by holding up the box.
Did you get a cease and desist from Kellogg's?
I have no doubt in my mind that you were so proud of that when you came up with it the first time.
Man.
Like, I'm going to go
to
get
actually
my...
go buy a box, go buy the box of cereal. Go, I'm
40%. You're probably just shopping one day. You looked at that and went, 40%.
I had a follow up next to it in the bag.
Oh, no.
For the reveal?
Yeah, for the reveal.
Okay, there was another reveal.
I love that there's the reveal.
I had to make sure they didn't see it ahead of time.
This is some type of lofty kind of. Now wait for the reveal.
Okay.
And I said, yeah, man, I'm always getting ripped off. And I said, well, what about this? You know, I bought this product and it was completely empty. And then I pull out this, remember that product, No Salt?
Oh, yes.
And then, I had emptied it. And I go, and then he says, yeah, you bought No Salt. Then I take the top off and shake this empty canister. And you got no salt. I don't know why I'm sharing these jokes.
It's fantastic. Oh, God.
I love it.
I had to bring that
it.
bag to the showroom, set it on a stool.
Make sure
bring
no
it
one
home.
touches it.
Nobody touches it.
Yeah,
Hey,
don't touch my bag.
who's touching my cereal?
When the prop bag goes out there, please don't let the people see the 40% brand because it's very important. The reveal is very important at that point.
It's a reveal.
Yes.
If they see that ahead of time, they're not going to laugh nearly as hard
I like
as
it.
when the big surprise comes out.
I kind of equate it with Bruce Willis being dead the whole movie.
That's how the audience is going to wish they were.
Yeah, it was
That's good.
bad, man. It was really bad.
Everyone's got to start somewhere, and it's usually right at the bottom.
But then you think back to go, how did I even? Why did I come up with a joke like that? Why did I go on stage and think anyone would want to hear that?
I think actually we've pondered why we ever got a job in New York. like they listened to that and said, these guys are #1 market material. It's like, thank God the radio business is so fucked up and stupid. No one knows talent or lack thereof.
Yeah, we were mad that New York didn't call sooner, if you remember.
Come
Why the
on.
fuck are they calling
We're
us?
doing great. Sound effects.
That was a great episode. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys said that seriously. It was a funny episode.
Oh, I know. We're talking about the.
And I made it sound like I go to Hawaii all the time just to surf.
I'm not going to Hawaii anytime soon to surf there. That I've ever done it.
Ever.
Cowabunga, dude.
Never been past Western New York in my life, but I'm going to go to Hawaii.
I'm not going. Can you imagine me out in Hawaii like I do every summer?
Yeah.
Holy
Well, you
shit.
should have
With this on? No way.
What you should have said was, I hate to surf in Lake Gitchaguni with this, man. Is that right?
I always say that.
Is I wrong?
It's a Gitchagumi.
Oh, who cares? It's a shitty lake.
Get you something.
I know. It swallowed the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Certainly did.
BrianRegan.com. He's coming to your town soon, man.
Yes.
Ooh, I said man.
I will. I'll
over
be
the place.
hitting the stage.
That's right, dude.
What's that?
Man, dude.
Ah.
We're just taking it old school, man.
Yeah, man.
He's playing an auditorium, a few centers, a couple theaters. This Brian Regan is becoming popular.
He'll be styling.
I have sometimes the
Overnight
video,
sensation,
video
right?
screens come down because when I hold up the 40%
You
box
gotta
of France,
see
you
it.
got to see that.
You got to see it in the back
You got
row.
to see
The
that.
laugh
man.
builds.
And you're just yelling into the mic because the crowd noise is drowning you out. It's 40% left.
This fucking guy, you're beautiful. You fucking.
I love that.
What's your oldest joke? You don't have to say the actual joke, but how many years old is the joke? Because you're always updating your stuff.
You know, like that kind of bit. One of them was I said my parents told me they named me after Thomas Jefferson, and I said I don't understand. My name's Brian, and they said no, we named you after Thomas Jefferson. See what I'm talking about?
It is clever. I kind of like that.
And then, see that one didn't have a. And then I would pull as a reveal. I would show the photo of Thomas Jefferson.
He pulled a
It was a
slave girl
reveal.
out.
Oh, fuck.
After.
How bad do you want to hear an old Brian Regan tape now?
Oh, God, I would love it.
This is one of my first jokes. This is the difference between the two performers. Might be the first joke I ever told on stage. I think it was I was doing something about it. I was watching the news and they were showing a black hole. Turns out it was just Oprah laying spread eagle.
Oh, no, you didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
Black hole.
I did. It was one of my
joke.
first jokes, if not the first joke I ever told on stage.
Should have been the last one.
I know. Leno loved that one.
Did that have a reveal?
Yes, flop sweat. Came pouring out of my head. I will be doing that joke the 19th and 20th in Poughkeepsie at Bananas.
Yeah, right.
Get your tickets now.
Please open up with
God,
that.
that's great.
Please.
That would be hysterical to actually just slip that into the middle of your act and just see if it
Just like, huh?
if it can get carried
Yeah, if it
through,
actually
you know?
gets a laugh because of what you've done before.
Or a bad one I used to do. This is embarrassing because I used to, people in Connecticut were always snooty. And I would say, they're so snooty up there. They don't even eat Chunky Monkey ice cream. They eat obese primate.
Oh, I hate that one.
As you should.
I fucking hate that one.
As you should. It's hateable.
Did you show the same picture?
Oh,
man.
Brian Regan has left the
I didn't
studio.
say anything.
Keep Brian in his theaters. It's been a long time coming. We want to keep Brian in his theaters and his centers and his auditoriums. No more chuckle huts for Brian Regan.
Obese primate.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's funny.
Oh, boy.